here I stand by myself on my own. What if I lose all control and take a step out into the unknown? Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? Surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another?
Now, with the call of tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast, Bob Stauffer and Cam Moon on the Oilers Radio Network.
It's Game 4 of this second-round Stanley Cup playoff series between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. Oilers lead the series 2-1. We have it for you live from Rogers Place. Good evening, Cam Moon, along with Bob Stauffer, Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, Brendan Escott, Jack Michaels. We are the Oilers Radio Network. The starting lineup. It's brought to you by Coventry Homes. Flexibility within reach. Get back in the game with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. For the Oilers up front, Connor McDavid with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. On defense, Evan Bouchard and Brett Kulak. In goal, it's Stuart Skinner. For the Golden Knights, William Karlsson with Brett Houghton and Riley Smith. On defense, Braden McNabb and Shea Theodore. In goal, it's Aiden Hill. The referees, Wes McCauley and TJ Luxmore. On the lines, Devin Berg and Matt McPherson. We've dropped the puck. We're underway here in Game 4. Theodore up the right wing to center ice to the middle to Karlsson. Into the Oilers zone. The shot kicked out by the left pad of Skinner, and it's Hyman to center ice on the left wing. Only got it to the blue line, but following it up, Nugent-Hopkins shoots it wide, comes off the end boards. Hyman trying to jam it towards the net. Nugent-Hopkins can get it to the blue line. Bouchard, a shot, and a glove save made by Hill. He holds on. 26 seconds gone here in the first period.
Well, it should be a beauty tonight, no question. Oilers need to elevate their level. I know they're up 2-1 in this series, Cam. You might argue they're lucky to be so. Situation where Vegas played very well in Game 2. Edmonton got a solid goaltending performance from Calvin Pickard, who clearly was playing hurt as the game wore on. And Vegas, better than Edmonton, got a late goal here in Game 3 to make it a series at 2-1. Kasperi Kapanen's first action as an Oiler in the playoff draws in second line in Game 4 of this series.
Face off to the left of Hill, who had 17 saves in that Game 3 victory as the puck is flipped out. Draisaitl forced back in his own end to Klingberg, now behind the net, but off the stick of Wallman. Goes to the right wing corner. Eichel looking forward. His pass to the middle, and that is broken up by Jake Wallman off the right wing boards down the ice. It'll be icing against Edmonton.
Well, this is an interesting matchup here. Chris Knobloch had the choice as who to start at home against the Karlsson line, and that means that he's got Draisaitl going head-to-head against Jack Eichel's line.
Face off to Stuart Skinner's right. He had 20 saves in that 4-3 loss against the Golden Knights on Saturday.
Draisaitl at 55% in the circle. Eichel's at 46.
Drop the puck, goes right to Skinner, steers it to Wallman. He's behind the Edmonton net. Wallman up the right wing. John Klingberg through the middle, but off the stick upon Colson. Stone back into his own end. To Eichel, throw it across to Barbashev, but could not handle the pass. Wallman in his own end over to Klingberg. Klingberg on the right wing to Wallman in behind the goal. Wallman, right wing for Connor Brown. Skates into the Vegas zone towards the net. A shot right to the logo of Aiden Hill. Will hold on to it. Evander Kane going to the front of the net and drawing a bit of attention from the Golden Knights. We're minute 21 into a scoreless first here in Game 4.
It is Nurse with Stetcher here. And Darnell Nurse is challenging Nicholas Hague to a fight. He has challenged Nicholas Hague to a fight.
Puck dropped, goes in behind the goal. White Cloud had it hacked away from him. Comes in front, scores! Adam Henrique, wide open in front of the net, and it's 1-0 Oilers.
Well, the Oilers, Evander Kane got in on the forecheck, but it was Connor Brown. Kane went to throw the hit. Connor Brown with the strip, and high glove for Adam Henrique, and a quick 1-0 lead for Edmonton.
Minute 27 into the first period. Henrique's second of the playoffs. And you're right, great work by Brown and Kane to create the turnover in behind the goal, and the Oilers are up 1-0 here on the Golden Knights in Game 4. Pearson into the Oilers zone. Check by Janmark. It goes in behind the Edmonton goal. On the left wing corner, Waugh spun around by Janmark, rims it past White Cloud on the right wing point down the ice. It'll be icing against Edmonton.
Now an important defensive zone draw here on the icing call. They get their top line on the ice against Janmark, Frederick, and Perry, with Nurse and Stetcher. Janmark's sub 30% in the face-off circle. The forward's going to go in and crash and support him off the draw.
Caught up in skates and comes across to Perry. He'll get it up the left wing and out. Perry playing in his 225th Stanley Cup playoff game. That ties him with Glenn Anderson, 8th all-time for most games played. And the puck in behind the Edmonton net. It's Stetcher setting up. 1-0 Oilers lead on the goal by Adam Henrique. Stetcher on the left wing to Draisaitl. In over the Vegas line. His cross-ice pass is blocked. Kapanen pokes it in behind the goal. Comes in front of it, and it's Hanifin through the middle. Left wing to center ice to Barbashev. Give it to Stone. Goes to the left side in the Oiler end. Pass to the point, and it goes by Hanifin and down the ice.
Looks like Chris Knobloch is hard matching Draisaitl.
It just hit Hyman and went out of play. Either way, face-off will be to the right of Aiden Hill. It's 1-0 Oilers. Henrique from Brown at a minute 27. Puck goes to Howden up the left wing for the Golden Knights. To center ice, shoots it in.
Where did that go?
I don't know. But the puck disappeared. We had a neutral zone face-off. I don't know what that hit to go out of play, but it hit something. Something on the dasher. We're going to put the face-off at center ice. Good enough. It'll go to Bouchard, and on the right wing, he'll shoot it in. Bouchard leading all defensemen coming into tonight's action with 11 points so far in these Stanley Cup playoffs. It's in behind the net to Hyman, goes to the left wing. Hyman to the right to McDavid. Back to the blue line, Bouchard. Across to Kulak. Got it low, and it was sent up the right wing by Theodore. And out through the middle of Pasta. Carlson misses him. It goes all the way down. It'll be icing against the Golden Knights. Brown and Henry get right back out there. It's the line that got the goal for the Oilers here in the first period. Off an offensive zone faceoff. Face-off to Hill's right. Pushed ahead by Henry. Howden will float it out. Allman at his own blue line to Klingberg. Up the right wing to Brown. Over center, he'll shoot it in. Rims on the left. Kane behind the net, off of Henrique, over to Brown on the right wing, to the right wing point. Klingberg over to Wallman, waiting, shooting, saved by Hill. There's a big rebound, but the puck cleared through the middle, and Smith will get it out to Pearson.
Lots of shots early here from Edmonton. They've got a goal, but they've got 5 shots on goal as well.
On the right wing, Brown will get it out through the middle of the ice. It's going to roll down to Hill. Hill plays it. Crowd reacts to it. Haig up the left wing to Waugh, out of the middle to Whitecloud. Into the Oiler end. Will take a snapshot, a high riser off the arm of Skinner. Puck on the left wing point. Colasar let it go. It didn't get through. Lots of traffic. Puck gets to the slot, sent to the line, and Whitecloud will keep it in. Right wing corner to Waugh. Hit by Nurse. It came free, and it's Frederick to center ice for Edmonton. Slowly into the left wing corner. He dumps it. It goes in behind the net. Haig goes to rim it. It hit Perry, and it goes out of play. 4:36 gone here in the first period. 1-0 Edmonton leads. And now we get a gathering in the corner in the Vegas zone.
Janmark might get a penalty here.
Frederick's tied up with Haig. They still got the gloves on. Haig's throwing the gloves off. Frederick's trying to get his gloves off. Haig's throwing a bunch of rights. Frederick with one. Frederick with some more. Haig with a couple. Haig and Frederick in the corner in the Vegas zone. They're going back and forth. Now tying up. Frederick tried a few rights over the top, lands one. Haig switches, goes with the left.
Well, I know one thing. Frederick can take a punch.
Yeah. I think they're done. The linesman will get in there. That's a lengthy tilt.
Thank you, Mark. Super sticker. Thanks, Mark and Guy, for your super chat and super sticker.
Told you.
Fighting.
Need a kill here, and Janmark's one of their better penalty killers, as you know.
Penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Haig's going off here for some repairs.
Okay.
He should have got an instigator.
Vegas is 3 for 9 on the power play in this series. Face off to Skinner's right. Puck goes behind the net. Nurse around the boards and all the way down the ice.
With no Janmark out here, I think it's going to be Brown and Podkolzin in the second pairing at forward. They're already on the ice count.
Dorofiev into the Edmonton zone. It goes to Theodore in the middle. On the blue line, just about lost it. Now he does. Puck to the boards. Podkolzin will get it out. Theodore in the neutral zone. Left wing for Hertl. Comes across the blue line, looking for an entry point, finds it, and he's on the right wing. Then he gets dumped down, then he gets worked over a bit, top of the circle. And the puck comes to the top of the circle, and it will be jammed out to center ice by Kulak. Hurdle in on the left wing. Around to Dorofeev on the right behind the net to Stone. Lost it to Nurse. Hard off the boards to the line. Theodore will keep it in. The puck goes to the middle. Podkolzin's there. In behind the Edmonton net. Hard around the boards and down the ice. 1-0 Oilers lead here in the first.
Darnell Nurse is bringing the nasty tonight.
Yes. 5:45 gone here in this opening period. 45 seconds to go in the Vegas power play. Stumped into the Oilers zone. Wallman had to go by him. It goes behind the net. Waugh to the left wing for the Golden Knights. Left wing boards to Olofsson. Back to the point, but nobody there, and it comes out.
The pressure from Connor McDavid helped break that up.
Carlson to Barbashev. It hit his skate. Now McDavid will get to it. McDavid over the line. One-hand shot, and the save made by Hill. Carlson will wheel through the middle and into the Edmonton zone to Barbashev. Back to the point. The shot by Hanifin deflected wide, and it comes out. Hanifin on the left wing. To Barbashev. He's got a line to the net. The shot. Great save made by Skinner. And the puck on the left wing. It's top of the circle. Penalty is over. Along the left wing boards. Hanifin to the right side to Waugh. Vegas 0 for 1 on the power play. Edmonton up 1-0 here in the first. The puck on the right wing. Waugh out to Hanifin. A shot, and that's off the arm of Skinner. Puck near the side of the net. Stetcher will get the puck to the left wing to Janmark to center. Nata Brown over the line's got Janmark with him. To Janmark! The save made by Hill. Just got it with a right pad. Pearson out to center ice and lost it to Bouchard. Give it to Draisaitl into the Vegas, the right wing. To the right wing corner. Flying in there was Kane. Then also with a hit was Kapanen. Puck cleared out. Tremendous pressure by the Edmonton forwards. And Kapanen with another hit. Puck brought in as Draisaitl makes a move. Off the right wing. Pass across on the left. The shot. High and wide by Bouchard. Kulak on the right wing point. Played it low. McNabb to Pietrangelo. He'll clear it out. Pietrangelo takes another hit from Kapanen.
I think Kapanen knows what he needs to do to stay in the lineup.
He's drilling everybody out there in that shift. Long pass to Hyman. He'll come into the Vegas end on the left wing. Stops on the left side. It's hacked away from him, and Theodore will get it out through the middle of the ice. Now to Dorofeev into the Edmonton end. 1-0 Oilers here in the first. Just over 8 minutes gone. McDavid will bring it out off the right wing to himself, in over the line, in front to Hyman, just put it wide. McDavid to the middle, and Wallman just missed that pass. It comes out. Skinner's got to play it. Great action here in the first period of Game 4. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Klingberg, left wing to Nugent Hopkins. He'll get it out. Nugent Hopkins and McDavid, each with 7-game point streaks coming into this one. Stone on the right to Eichel. Into the Oiler end, goes to the right corner. Stops, looks to the middle. Pass goes all the way through the slot. It's in the left corner. Barbashev to the blue line to McNabb. Goes to the middle. A snapshot high and wide. Stone recovers it right wing corner behind the net to Eichel. Left wing to the left wing point. Whitecloud left side to Eichel. Eichel trying to spin away from McDavid. Eichel to Barbashev, and his shot misses the net. Whitecloud keeps it in right point. Down low to Eichel. Now to Barbashev. He's in behind the Edmonton goal to the left wing. Wanted to cycle the puck. Broken up by Klingberg. Got it to the line and out.
Oilers ended up with 2 righties for a sustained shift there for a while.
It's picked out of the air by Hyman, and he'll come into the Vegas zone. Knocked off his stick. Stone can clear it out. Bouchard down the right wing into the Vegas end. Right wing corner to Podkolzin. Podkolzin's pass to the point. Hits Stone. Goes into his skates. And it's along the boards. Right wing corner. Janmark. On the right side to Podkolzin. Top of the circle. Breaking it up as Waugh. And he'll come out through center to Pietrangelo. Now wanted to get it to Hanifin. Hanifin had Bouchard on him, and the puck in the neutral zone. Waugh will bring it in on the left wing. Waugh just over the line.
What a play.
To Pearson down the left side. Angle shot high and wide of the net. Perry trying to get it out, but it's kept in. Pietrangelo, only for a moment, Perry gets it out to center ice. Carlson skates into the Oiler end. Shot it, blocked by Bouchard. He gets it back to the slot, and the shot by Howden doesn't get through. Perry through the middle to Nurse. Went off his stick, though, over to the boards. Carlson into the right wing corner. Carlson to the high slot. Theodore in front to McNabb. Save made by Skinner, and he covers it up. McNabb with the redirection. Skinner with a tremendous save, and everybody gathers in front of the Edmonton net as it's heating up here in Game 4. Theodore's got his helmet knocked off by Kane. They're going to get it all sorted out. We're going to take a break. We got 9:23 to go here in the first.
We're getting a penalty call here, Cam.
Sure we are.
This one should be on Vegas.
Okay, we'll wait.
Vegas penalty, number 21. 2-minute minor, cross-check.
Okay. Oilers on the power play when we come back. 9:23 to go in the first. 1-0 Edmonton leads the Vegas Golden Knights here in Game 4. From Rogers Place, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey Edmonton, big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Experience the exciting casino action at
free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
At Anthem Injury Lawyers, our 6 C's are what we've built our business upon: care, compassion, and concern for our clients, colleagues, and community is what we strive for. Our goal is to ensure that when you're hurt in an accident, you'll get the best care and compensation you deserve, as easy and as swiftly as possible. We won't leave you behind. Give us a call at 702-857-6000.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
The Oilers have the first goal of Game 4, and shortly after they scored it, they've turned up the temperature. And it has become much more of a physical showing than we'd seen in the first few games. And the Oilers have now drawn the Knights into taking a penalty themselves. Howden for cross-checking Perry. TJ Luxmore had some words with Corey Perry and Hayden Hill just before this draw. Oilers to the power play. They were 1 for 2 in Game 3. McDavid against Eichel on the far side. Eichel wins it. It goes to the corner from McNabb. Pressured by Nugent Hopkins. Puck comes loose. Pietrangelo gets it. He rifles it out. It hit an Oilers player at the blue line, but it goes softly back to the Edmonton zone. It's Bouchard recovering. Oilers coming ahead. McDavid sets it up, and Nugent Hopkins on the far side. Bouchard across to the right wing. Draisaitl there into the right corner. McDavid plays it up top for Bouchard. Left, Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard in the middle. Nugent Hopkins again. Down low. Will take it behind the goal. Feeds into the high slot. Bouchard right from McDavid. Lefty at the top of the right circle. Left circle. Bouchard to the right. Nugent Hopkins. Saved by Hill. Rebound goes to Nugent Hopkins. He carries it behind, using the far wall to get it up top for Bouchard. Minute 10 on the penalty. Oilers leading 1-0. Mid stages of the first. Left wing try. Misses wide left from Draisaitl. Puck to the corner. Pietrangelo in there. Now McNabb joins in. Puck squirts in front. Off of Eichel. Edmonton gets the puck again. Feed left. McDavid shoots. Save. Rebound. Carlson backhands it out of the zone. Violent pursuit of the puck. That's what drew the reaction from the crowd there. The Knights can get a wholesale change with 42 seconds on the penalty. Oilers coming out left to right. Challenged by Stone at the line. Delays the rush. Edmonton gets through. Bouchard across the line. Passes left. McDavid to the point. And now back around to the right. Here's Wallman. Draisaitl takes it at the right time. Lefty scanning towards the goal. Draisaitl still with it. Up top for Bouchard, a righty defenseman. top scoring defenseman in the playoffs. Now Draisaitl goes out to the left. McDavid, Bouchard straight on. His pass to Draisaitl got tipped. He shoots it and missed wide left. Lefty firing from the right dot. He missed the long post off the corner boards and all the way down.
Mark Stone just gets a stick on that pass that tips it, slows things down just a beat for Hill.
Penalty time is over. Howden out of the box has joined the play. Each team 0 for 1 on the power play. Oilers then at 5 versus 5 look to create an O-zone possession. A little bit of trouble with the puck from the far corner around to the near corner. Right wing for Edmonton. Wad jousting. McNabb knocked over. Carried to the trapezoid. Henrique for Kane. Score! Look out. Hill is going all after Kane. Hill sprinted after him. There was lots of contact in front. Kolasar now dueling with Nurse. McNabb is going after Hyman. And for the third time in the first 13 minutes, we've got major activity after the whistle. Hill furious because of the contact in front. The puck went in. At the moment, it's a goal, and the Oilers have a 2-0 lead with 7 minutes to go in the first period. It looks like Kane has been escorted to the penalty box. The question is, will the goal count? The puck definitely went in. The question was, could there have been interference before the puck went in? We'll find out. Might have been contact after it went in. We'll find out. The Oilers now can celebrate the goal, but the officials will come together. The goal might count. There might be penalties. There might be no goal. There might be no penalties. We'll find out. I will say Kane is in the box, so it looks like that's at least one penalty to be charged. You know, Kane is, Hill just gets tackled by Kane. Was it before or after the puck goes in? And it's extremely violent.
On the previous play, Edmonton, number 91, 2-minute minor, charging. Edmonton, 25, 2-minute minor, roughing. Vegas, 55, 2-minute minor, roughing. The goal was scored before all these penalties.
That's an excellent description by TJ Luxmore, and he's exactly right. In my estimation, Gary, if Evander Kane runs the goalie, the NHL has an issue if that's only a minor penalty. Puck goes in, and then a guy runs the goalie, charging in the crease. The NHL has a problem if that's only a minor penalty.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Clearly, the Oilers are targeting Adin Hill and trying to injure him. They've been running at him all night. We've had a cheap shot from behind. We've had a slew foot from behind. And now we've had a player actually go in and headhunt him and hit him high and knock him to his feet.
It wasn't a grazing bit of contact.
No.
I mean, it looks like a football play. It looks like a middle linebacker on a blitz taking out the quarterback. But here Hill is trying to defend the play. And again, it's really a wonderful score by Henrique. The Kane contact with Hill is clearly afterwards, so there's no doubt about the goal getting another look. It's actually a great scoring play by the Oilers. But what Kane does has nothing to do with the goal. Kane has nothing to do with the goal, but he ends up leveling Hill. He gets a minor penalty. So Knights to the power play, trailing 2-0. Vegas coming ahead with their second power play of the game. It's Eichel to Dorofeev, and now left point, Theodore. Left wall, Eichel. The hurdle in the left circle. Up top, Theodore. Eichel again. Scanning to the goal line, Stone. Takes it behind the net. Stone, the righty. What'll he do? Back for Eichel on the left. Deep on the left now. Threw it across. Got tipped on its way to Dorofeev. Got it back for Hurdle. Hurdle hands it backward to Theodore. Right circle, Dorofeev. Had a goal in the first game of the playoffs. None since. Hurdle bumps it left. Eichel delays. Nowhere to go with it. Eichel backs to the outside. Now Stone missed Hurdle. Theodore gets it. Dorofeev from the right. His shot saved by Skinner. Theodore up top took it from Hurdle. Back to the right side. Dorofeev at the dot. Looking. Penalty at 1 minute. Dorofeev to the outside right. Hurdle in the right corner now. Zips it out high for Theodore. He shoots. Blocked wide right. Knights are at 5 shots on goal. Oilers are at 11. Stone behind the goal. Stone into the right circle. Dorofeev tried to get it in front. Broken up. Dorofeev forced the pass. An easy interception by Janmark and a clear all the way down. 35 seconds to go on the power play. for the Golden Knights. Already their second of the game. Knights lose the puck coming ahead with their second unit. It's Hanifin on the ice with Carlson, Olofsson, Watt, and Barbashev. Carlson gets it in. Down to the near corner. Olofsson in the trapezoid. Carlson trying to get it back for the Knights. It's pulled away. McDavid fires it around the boards and all the way back down. And Hill stops it in behind his goal. 5 seconds to go on the Knights' power play. They set up for a little bit, but they didn't get shots through to the goaltender Skinner. Penalty is expired. Kane stays in the box because of two minors called at the same time. So Nurse out, Kane stays in, as does Colasar until the next whistle. Kapanen comes in. Lazy shoots. Missed wide left and not by much. Kapanen has not scored a goal since January. In the Oilers' defensive zone. With 4:30 to play in the first, we're back to 5 versus 5. Kapanen spins his way ahead and dumps it in on goal. Hill makes the play. Knights recover the puck. Pietrangelo forward to Smith into the zone on the right. Flipped into the corner. Hurdle in pursuit after the dump in, but he was outnumbered in the corner. Oilers speed out 2 against 2. Hagen Theodore back. Kapanen drops it off. Draisaitl tried to shoot through the screen, but went off, I believe, Kapanen. And it ends up in the near corner. Kapanen hampered a little bit after that shot hit him. Vegas trying to push it out of the zone with Hurdle on the near side. Hurdle and Smith collide with one another, and Hurdle went down. Oilers rim it around. It's a slow-moving puck into the trapezoid. Theodore reverses it to the near side. Draisaitl got it up top. Podkolzin left for a shot. Save with the glove. Hill holds on.
You don't fault Hill on either of the goals, Dan. Vegas they're a little discombobulated right now. They down 2-0, obviously that's a hole. They need to calm down and get to their game.
The Oilers have stirred things up in a big way. We haven't seen anything like this the first few games of the series, and it started to bubble up after they got that first goal, minute 27 in. Henrique from Brown, and then Henrique from Hyman and Kane at 13:03. That one line that has remained intact, unchanged from the previous line configurations. Kane, Henrique, Brown, that's the group that has scored. Henrique's first couple of goals of the series. He had 1 playoff goal in the first 9 games. He's got 2 in the first period today. 2-0 Oilers, 3:42 to go in the first. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can't do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneStopRoofShop.com.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo. City.
For Han Nakfi with Nakfi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawler.
We're back in Edmonton. Oilers 2, Knights 0. 3:30 to play in the first period. Oilers out shooting the Knights 13-5. Knights power play is 0 for 2. Eichel works his way in as Podkolzin went down. McNabb had the stick slashed out of his hands. That's a penalty coming against Edmonton. He'll go into the bench. Delayed penalty as the Knights get their 6th attacker on. It's picked up by Theodore back at his own blue. And the Knights getting the right personnel on the ice. Let's see what they can do at 6 versus 5. Dorothea backwards to Eichel. Charges up the middle of the ice. Cuts left into the zone. Straight on. Left for Hurdle. Banks it left from the point McNabb. And now he is stripped by Kapanen. Puck is touched up, and Vegas will get a power play.
Edmonton penalty number 42. 2-minute minor. Slashing.
Kapanen has saved up all his energy, having not played since the regular season. And here he takes a blatant slash on McNabb, who is reaching for the puck, trying to keep it in the zone on the near boards.
Edmonton is playing really aggressive, and Vegas has got to have to take advantage of what they're doing on one of these power plays, or Edmonton's not going to stop. Why would they?
The Knights' power play was second best in the regular season. During the playoffs, the percentage is comparable. They have not scored their last 4 power plays. Edmonton gets a clear. They were 1 for 3 in Game 1, 2 for 4 in Game 2, both losses. Ironically, 0 for 2 in Game 3 when they won. In they go on the right side at Stone. Pulls it back to Eichel. Throws it into the zone, approaching the right corner. Banks it to the near corner and Stone. Low to high for Olofsson. To the right. Picked up there by Hanifin. So the Knights have changed some personnel here. Hanifin and Olofsson on this unit. Hanifin takes it. Eichel hits the long post off the far netting, out of play. So to start the game, Theodore and Dorofeev on the number 1 power play. Of course, the Knights trying to get Dorofeev going. He has not scored since Game 1 of the playoffs, missed a few games. Olofsson was so hot you couldn't take him off the power play. Well, no power play goals last game. Dorofeev goes in. 0 for 2 on the power play. Dorofeev comes off. Olofsson goes back in. And Hanifin replacing Theodore on this unit as well.
Yeah, Eichel had Skinner beat there. He just hit the post. An inch the other way, and it's in.
Eichel with 1 goal in the playoffs so far, along with 9 assists. He's got a 6-game scoring streak after no points in the first few games of the playoffs. Edmonton clears it out. Minute 10 on the power play. Final 2 minutes of the first period. 2-0 Oilers. Vegas back in. Eichel to the left point. Hanifin fires it right. Too much for Olofsson. Stone for Olofsson in the right circle. Victor delays. Taps it back for Stone. Out high Hanifin. Left wall Jack Eichel. Eichel floats it to Hurdle. He was defended by McDavid. The puck got to Kulak, who clears it all the way down.
And not going Hurdle's way right now at all.
No points in the last 5. After he had 5 points. Start the Knights in the postseason against Minnesota. Vegas going in on the right. Waz feed toward the slot, got booted, and ends up on the right corner boards. Dorothea hoping for Carlson behind. It's taken away by Bouchard. Fails to clear. Barbashev for Carlson, high on the left side. Skating in a circle. Carlson to Barbashev. Tap back Theodore. Left for Carlson. Out of the zone. Theodore's pass got Carlson in a tough spot, handcuffed him, but off will stick it out to center. Knights lose it again at the blue line. This time it was Barbashev against Janmark, and it's the former Golden Knight to send it ahead. Knights get it back out. Minute to go in the period. Final minute brought to you by Credit One. We're back to 5 versus 5. Knights power play 0 for 3. Carlson from the right circle trying to backhand it in front. It got deflected. Goes to Pearson and then Watt on the left wall. Low to high from McNabb. McNabb drags it down the boards. McNabb with 4 assists in the playoffs. Threw it in front. Through the blue ice. Nurse at the backside. Knocked it away. 32 seconds to go. Knights start to back off. Pearson the last wave of pressure on Kulak. He got it out of the Edmonton zone. In comes Perry to the middle. McDavid extra pass. Hill the save reaching to his right. And he stopped the rebound centering pass. And a collision in the corner. Pietrangelo all sorts of locked up with Draisaitl. Referee's got to watch that going on. They could have called penalties on both players there, but none are called. That continues. Puck out high to the left. And a shot blocked. Flutter's right as the clock runs out on the period. Tempers flaring in the first period. The Oilers getting the lead and then turning up the intensity in a physical way. Lots of penalties, but Gary, the Knights could not convert on their 3 first period power plays. They're 0 for 3. Oilers are 0 for 1. So 1 kill brought to you by Just Ingredients. Both Oilers goals at even strength. And it's 2-0 Edmonton after 1.
A huge save there for Maiden Hill on Leon Draisaitl. It might have been a game-saving save late in the first period if they go up 3-0. It's a huge, huge issue for the Golden Knights.
And we'll expect to have a live interview. Tanner Pearson to join us. Tanner with a +2 in Game 3, helping the Golden Knights to that dramatic victory, 4-3 with Riley Smith potting a pair, plus Carlson and Waugh. Again, it's the Oilers 2 and the Knights 0 after 20 minutes of play. Let's head down to the Golden Knights dressing room and welcome Tanner Pearson to the broadcast. Tanner, it's Dan and Gary in the radio booth. Thanks very much for joining us. Well, a different start, a little bit more intensity here in this game than the previous ones. What do you make of what's happened so far tonight?
Yeah, it's definitely more physical game. Expect that in the playoffs. Going to get competitive. Not where we want to be. We gotta battle back again.
Bruce said it this morning that you guys are comfortable playing from behind. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. But yeah, I don't think we get too low. So kind of stay even keeled. We know we can come back. We did it last game. We just gotta take it to their end of the spirit.
Yeah, what do you have to do differently?
I think just go back to our game, get forecheck, get pucks back, and get pucks to the net. Anything can happen then.
Tanner, thanks. Good luck.
Thanks.
Tanner Pearson from the Knights dressing room. Today is Tanner's 58th career playoff game. We talked about it on the pregame with Tanner a few days ago about being a member of the LA Kings, trailing first-round series against San Jose 3-0, rallying back and winning that series in 7. They had to play a few long series en route to the 2014 Stanley Cup, but Tanner was part of all of that 11 years ago. Tanner, of course, was with the Kings for the playoff series against Vegas in 2018, a night sweep of the Kings. He was on the Vancouver Canucks for a 7-game series in 2020. That was a second-round series that in 7 games, and obviously the Knights have had a couple of those. Vegas winning it in 7. Tanner had not played in the playoffs since that 2020 series against the Golden Knights. So Pearson, Waugh, Kolasar, that's the fourth line today, and Tanner indicated in our pregame chat a couple games ago that that's a familiar combination. He feels comfortable there. Why wouldn't he? All right, Gary, any thoughts here before we get it off to Ryan in the intermission report?
Well, Chris Knobloch made an adjustment between games, changed his lines, and you wonder what Bruce Cassidy's talking to his team about right now and what adjustment he might make. Vegas has to score the next goal in this game and see if they can't climb back into it.
As we told you earlier, the team that scores first in this round loses, bizarrely. Knights scored first in games 1 and 2 and lost both. Oilers scored first in game 3, lost. The Knights are 4-2, though, when they score first. The Oilers have only scored the first goal 3 times now in the whole postseason. 1-1 when scoring first this postseason. Isn't that bizarre for a team that has the most goals in the postseason? They now have 41, which is the most of any team in the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's 4.33 goals per game coming into this one. We'll have the intermission report upcoming with Ryan Wallace as the Knights trail 2-0 after 20 minutes in Game 4. Oilers lead the series 2-1, looking to take a stranglehold as Game 5 will be in Las Vegas day after tomorrow. There is a limited number of tickets to Wednesday's Game 5. Those are on sale now. Visit VegasGoldenKnights.com, and you can join us at the Fortress for Golden Knights and the Oilers Game 5. That's the day after tomorrow. It'll be 6:30 Pacific. Head to VegasGoldenKnights.com. Get your tickets while you can. Knights and Oilers, Game 5 on Wednesday. Again, the penalty kill brought to you by Just Ingredients. Knights did keep the Oilers off the board on their lone power play. 2 shots for the Edmonton man advantage on a 2-minute look. Vegas has totaled 2 shots over 6 minutes. 3 power plays, but no power play goals in this one for either side. It's Henrique from Brown at 1:27. Then Henrique from Hyman and Kane at 13:03. Adam Henrique's second and third of the postseason. And in his playoff career, his 11th and 12th. Had some early postseason success with the Devils more than a decade ago. He's now played 55 playoff games. And the third line for the Oilers making a difference here early on in Game 4. We'll be right back with Ryan Wallace And the first intermission report presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneStopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community. Big or small, there's nothing we can't do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneStopRoofShop.com.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy added perks like exclusive rewards at Monarch Beach Golf Links and Palms Casino Resort, Las Vegas. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the Tier and Offer Match program at Yamava Resort and Casino. Voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. Details at Yamava.com. Restrictions apply. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixings. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket and your first Daddy's margaritas on us. Celebrate 7 seasons of #VegasBorn greatness with gourmet nachos, icy margaritas, and the spirit of the Knights. Nacho Daddy, never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Ooh, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000. Hey, what's with the dollar amounts? That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes, that one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, oh, shiatsu, bottle service, yeah, hit me, shop till you drop, and then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Hey, Nevada! Tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booze selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discounts. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
Now here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission report on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The Vegas Nighthawks are back at Lee's Family Forum for Kids Night on May 31st, featuring a youth football jersey giveaway. Visit NighthawksFootball.com for details. It's the intermission report. The Golden Knights trailed the Edmonton Oilers 2-0 after the first period of play. Taking a look at the highlights in that first period. The Oilers opened the scoring for the second game in a row off an early tally from Adam Henrique.
Knights win the D-zone draw. It's Hurdle, Olofsson, and Dorofeev. They lose the puck, and they score! Henrique from right out in front. Henrique was unchecked in the slot, and he rifles it by Hill from 15 feet away. Oilers strike first in Game 4. 1-0 Edmonton.
Adam Henrique, his second of the postseason from Connor Brown, 1:27 of the first period, made it 1-0 Edmonton, and the Oilers added to their lead on Henrique's second of the game.
Carried to the trapezoid, Henrique for Kane. Score! Look out, Hill is going all after Kane. Hill sprinted after him. There was lots of contact in front. Kolasar now dueling with Nurse. McNabb is going after Hyman.
Adam Henrique, his second of the period, third of the postseason from Zach Hyman and Evander Kane. 13:03 of that first period made it 2-0 Edmonton. As you heard, a skirmish ensued. After that, we had a fight between Nick Hague and Trent Frederick. Multiple penalties, 3 power play opportunities in that first period for the Golden Knights alone. It was one of the most physical periods of hockey that we have seen over the course of this postseason. And the Edmonton Oilers had a mission to get in Aiden Hill's kitchen, and they did that throughout the first period. But the Golden Knights are in a 2-0 hole after 20 minutes in this game number 4. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Hurricanes defeat the Capitals 5-2 to take a 3-1 series lead. So the Carolina Hurricanes are 1 win away from the Eastern Conference Final. Here, the Vegas Golden Knights trail the Edmonton Oilers 2-0 after the first period. We're back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, you're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Ooh, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000.
Hey, what's with the dollar amounts?
That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes, that one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
When I brought the Golden Knights to Vegas, I wanted to create something unique for Nevada. High Ground Vodka is made from estate-grown rye and Sierra Nevada snowmelt for a smooth finish. If you're 21 or over, High Ground is an exceptional Nevada-born vodka and proud partner of our hard work.
Talk, where Edmonton's.
Whether it's snacks, drinks, or game day essentials, our app has it all. The Green Valley Grocery app, where convenience meets rewards. Download today, sign up, and start winning.
It's almost time for the second period, but first, here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission wrap-up on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The intermission reports Golden Knights trail the Edmonton Oilers 2-0 after the first period of play. Stats of the period are presented by Foley Family Wines and Spirits, available at T-Mobile Arena and at ffws.com. Shots 15-5, the edge for the Edmonton Oilers. Hits 10-4, also in favor of Edmonton. Vegas 0-3 on the power play. The Oilers 0-1 on the power play. Vegas with 5 giveaways, no takeaways, 4 block shots. The Oilers 2 giveaways, 3 takeaways, and 5 block shots. It was, again, the most physical period of hockey so far in the postseason for the Vegas Golden Knights. It was skirmishes after every single whistle. Obviously, a lot of contact in and around the crease with Aiden Hill. The Golden Knights, to their credit, do get 3 power play opportunities out of it, and generally that would be a good thing for the Golden Knights, but they were unable to find any rhythm with their man advantage. The best opportunity, the best chance that they had on the power play was a shot from Jack Eichel that rings off the post. Now, from that perspective, who knows how many more power play opportunities the Golden Knights are going to get, but they just were not executing at a high enough level, specifically in the neutral zone and in the forecheck. The forecheck had been so good for them in that game number 3. They were able to turn pucks over. There was not a lot of pressure up ice by the Vegas Golden Knights to force turnovers from the Edmonton defense. So credit Edmonton for coming in and playing an excellent 20 minutes. Now for the Golden Knights, they've got to adjust and they've got to find that forecheck pressure. They've got to clean up their execution at breaking pucks out of their own zone and how they play through the neutral zone. And if they can do that, the deficit's only 2. They were able to come back from that in Game 3. I believe they can do it again here in Game number 4. Dan and Gary, they've got the call of the second period coming up next, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. You're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, Heartbeat is the word, call 702-INJURED.
For Knockfee with Knockfee Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
Will you be the next Vegas Golden Knights game day giveaway winner? One lucky customer will win a $1,500 shopping spree, home game tickets, and a hotel stay at Circa Resort and Casino every week. Spend $12 in-store or at the pump with your Terribles app to qualify. Plus, earn bonus entries with any Bud Light purchase throughout the season. Every day is game day, exclusively at Terribles. Visit Terribles.com for details.
T-Mobile has the best 5G coverage in the game, whether you're home or out and about, so you can check out the latest scores in the checkout line. Watch replays on the playground. Or celebrate the game-winning hat trick from the passenger seat. If you're a Golden Knights fan who wants to stay connected to all the action home or away, get the best 5G coverage in the game only at T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
At Smith's, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You gotta go Galindo.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. Need to sell your home fast? I'll buy it cash, as is, where is, no repairs, no commissions, no hassle. I've purchased over 1,200 homes for cash right here in Las Vegas. Whether your home is damaged, destroyed, tenant occupied, stuck in probate, or in perfect condition, I've got you covered. We are cash, we are fast, we are reliable, we are local. We are the best.
You gotta go Galindo. 702-820-HOME.
GalindoGroupRealestate.com.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
I'm up ringside at Rogers Place in Edmonton. Golden Knights trail the Oilers 2-0 in Game 4. Edmonton leads the series 2-1. The road team has won each of the first 3 of this series. Oilers had not lost here at home until last game. 7 out of the 9 games in the all-time Vegas-Edmonton postseason series have been comeback wins. Well, the Knights will have to win in come-from-behind fashion today. Make an 8 out of 10. Come-from-behind wins for the victor in all 3 games in this series, plus all 4 Vegas wins in the series 2 years ago. Ready to go to start the second. Aiden Hill and then to our left, Stuart Skinner in goal to our right. Skinner looking for his first win this postseason. He's 0-3, the only winless goalie who's had as many appearances. Underway as Hill makes the play behind his net. A little indecisive, eventually got it out. Here's Smith racing in. Smith shoots on Skinner, and it's the goaltender for Edmonton to make the save. Kulak had an interesting path to that puck. Yeah. Smith got to it eventually, but kind of ran out of space just below the left dot, sharper angle, and there was nobody joining him, and Skinner took it right in the chest for the whistle. Gary, Trent Frederick did not play after his fight with Nicholas Hague. He had 2 shifts in the first period, but
he came out after the period break, so
Kulak comes in and shoots it wide of Hill. Hannafin takes it behind the Knights' net. Vegas on the breakout, left to right. Carlson ahead with Barbashev and Smith. In the midst of a Vegas line change. Line change is brought to you by William Hill. Oilers going right to left in their blue uniforms with orange numbers. Nugent Hopkins comes in, floats it left toward McDavid. Broken up. It's Eichel to fire forward and mishandled on the entry by Howden. Trying to receive the pass. Could not, and he fell over. Had he received it cleanly and stayed on his feet, he might have had a breakaway. Taking the pass just a few steps inside the blue line. Oilers back the other way, right to left, Podkolzin. Flips it near corner. McNabb goes after it, tied up by Podkolzin. Draisaitl from the right corner to the left corner, then low to high. A shot through traffic, glove save Hill. No rebound.
So that's the first little wrinkle we see from Bruce Cassidy. He flips Barbashev and Howden. Bread out with Jack Eichel and Mark Stone. And Barbashev took a shift there with Carlson and Smith. Next line out for Vegas. Waugh, Kolasar, and Pearson remains untouched. That means Olofsson, Hertl, and Dorofeev is still together. For now.
Right. Here's the line for the Oilers that's generated a pair of goals. Adam Henrique with Kane and Brown. Henrique wins the draw up to Nurse left point. Brown shoots from the left wall. Theodore blocks it. Theodore starts it head on the near side. Got it to Kolasar, neutral ice. Kolasar banks it in. Nurse sends it right back the other way. Theodore stops it at center, could not control it.
Nobody really handling the puck cleanly for Vegas.
Behind the goal for the Knights, McNabb with Theodore. Forward to Watt, left from McNabb, right for Kolasar across the blue. 1 against 3. Oilers took it away. Looked like Kolasar would be able to knock it down, but then he missed the puck.
So first he whiffed on the dump in, and then he missed on the next one.
Knights come through center. Lead pass to Hertl got tipped by Bouchard all the way in. Hertl on the right with Olofsson. Taken away by Draisaitl. Sends it through center, Kapanen. Drop pass on the right. Bouchard tipped on, save. Rebound swept away by Hertl. That'll go down for an icing whistle. And a good test from the Oilers, and Aiden Hill equal to it. Redirect by Podkolzin, I believe.
Yeah, Podkolzin charging to the net, and he gets his stick on Bouchard's. Yeah, that was a great save by Aiden Hill.
Podkolzin and Kapanen on the flanks of Leon Draisaitl. Edmonton very much trying to spread that offense around. Face-off win. Perry shoots high and wide right. Perry scored 2 goals for Edmonton in the first period last game. Puck at the far side of the net. Hill reaches over and covers with the glove. Now, it's something that Bruce Cassidy had talked about. McDavid and Draisaitl, is it harder to play against Edmonton when they're together and they're loaded up, or is it harder to play against them when they're separated? Well, Bruce offered sort of a caveat. If they're both going and they're separated, watch out.
Yeah.
You can imagine coaches over the years with the Oilers, if they're both going, you put them together because they can be dominant. But if they're both going, it might make more sense. It might be harder for other teams to handle them if they're separated. Right now, can't say that either one of them is really going, but they might be thinning out the Knights' defense of them. That's why you have seen Adam Henrique with the goals today. Here's Kulak, a drive. That's deflected wide. A wraparound try of the rebound. Hill has it snuffed. Puck ends up in the far corner. Barbashev put it toward the slot. Hanifin with Pietrangelo to guide it out. Now Carlson across the blue. Toward the right corner. Smith in pursuit with Carlson. Jabbed away by Bouchard. Kick at the left wall by Hanifin. But it goes right to the Oilers. Vegas has to back off. 3 minutes into the second. Oilers 2, Knights 0. Shots now 19-6 for Edmonton in this period, 4-1. It's 15-5 after 1. Stone from his half of the ice. Looking for Eichel and Pietrangelo, but they lose it going in. Oilers then give it away. Eichel the take at center. In on the right with Stone. Stone's pass intercepted. Oilers send it down. That is going to be an icing against Edmonton. It has not been a clean period, really, for either team here to start the second. 3.5 minutes in. Lots of giveaways or takeaways. Lost control of the puck.
Edmonton up to 21 shots, which is really not typical. The Golden Knights to allow that much work. And Aiden Hill has made 2 really good saves already here in the second period.
They must be playing catch-up because I just told you there were 19 shots. They didn't get any more, but the number got added to the scoreboard. Eichel wins the draw, but too strong for Theodore. He's got to come out of the zone. Knights did have the edge in the face-off circle, 9-6 in the first period. Knights try to get it deep, but it deflects out. A playoff Dorofeev stick. will bring it back to the neutral zone. 16:23 to go in the second. Oilers 2, Knights 0.
Bruce Cassidy senses exactly what you and I sense, that nothing is clicking right now, and he is getting very active with the line changes. Now he's got Dorofeev with Stone and Eichel.
Chess match continues. Podkolzin against Eichel. Jack wins it easily. Now a fight for the puck at center. Oilers take it away. Draisaitl deals back to the defense. Draisaitl gets the handoff, skating right into the zone with Kapanen. To the corner. Draisaitl tried to one-handed in front. Instead, it went behind the Vegas goal. To the near side, fight for the puck. Theodore pushes it ahead. Stone for Eichel. Up to the red. Jack dumps it in. Ushered aside by Stuart Skinner. Oilers fail to clear. Dorofeev cut it off, but couldn't keep the play going himself. It ends up behind the Edmonton goal. Eichel is outnumbered as he pursues. Whitecloud stepped in. Kolasar missed his check on Podkolzin. Crowd reacting to that. Taken at center by Eichel into the zone with Hertl. Eichel's attempt blocked by Klingberg. Rebound, Hertl in front. Couple of tries, but Skinner is on top of it. Hertl shoved away from the crease by Wallman. Look at more. And then Kane, of course, has to join in. Wallman and Hertl were shoving one another. No big deal. Then Kane comes out of nowhere. He loves to get under the skin of opposing players. We saw it with the San Jose Sharks as against the Golden Knights, and obviously here, two different series with the Oilers against the Golden Knights. And remember, he had missed the entire regular season with multiple surgeries. Returned in time for Game 2 of the first round against LA. Ozone draw coming for the Knights. It'll be Watt between
Hertl and Kolasar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whitecloud and Haig are the defensemen. Linesman had to retrieve a stray stick. Hands it to the Knights bench. Assistant equipment manager J.W. Aiken. Henrique wins the draw against Watt. Oilers come in from right to left. Nurse rips it right off at Edmonton's stick. And it goes down below the goal line. Vander Kane is there. Try to bank it off the back of the net to himself to work around Haig. That didn't work. Watt plays it forward to Tomas Hertl. Banks it to Kolasar coming in. Kolasar tied up at the right boards. Try to hand it off to Hertl, but it got deflected back to the neutral zone. Whitecloud in his own end with Haig. Rips it forward. That misses everybody. It's an icing.
Zach's pass to Nick was in his feet, not on his stick. And then Nick felt pressure and flung it down. No execution from the Golden Knights right now. They're down 2-0. They're not going to score any goals the way they're handling the puck right now. They've got to find their game.
And the Oilers are making it very difficult for them to play the way that we've seen last game.
And when that happens, you need to get simple, get direct, get it in, and get your forecheck established, and wear the other guys out a bit.
Oilers win the draw on the left. Kulak sends a rink wide right. Bouchard to the right side wall. Nugent Hopkins back up top. Kulak with Bouchard approaching the left point, now sent down to the corner. Hyman behind, around to the right. Nugent Hopkins up top for Kulak. Into the nearest circle, McDavid towards the goal. It skipped off somebody in front and out to the right side. Hyman dueling with Haig in front. Vegas with the takeaway. Watt for Kolasar. Stripped by McDavid from behind. McDavid back in. He shoots through the crease, then a collision in the goal. Goal is off its pegs. Hertl sends it ahead. It's off an Oilers stick, so the referee stops play. The referee would have allowed that to continue if the Knights had an imminent scoring chance, as the goal behind Adin Hill is a good 5 or 6 feet off its pegs.
They're going to bring the draw to the just outside the Oilers' defensive zone, as if it was offside by Vegas.
Clock at 14:16 of the second period. Oilers 2, Knights 0. Both goals in the first. Henrique from Brown, Henrique from Hyman and Kane. And they were lining up for the draw. Then they remembered they had to put the goal back in position.
Yeah.
It was Hyman and Haig who had come together. They're saying Aiden's name. I'm not sure it's a complimentary chant.
He's laughing. Got a big smile on his face right now.
Adam Henrique with his second career multi-goal playoff game. Last time that he had 2 goals in a playoff game, it was the New Jersey Devils against the Florida Panthers in 2012. Devils lost to the LA Kings in the final that year. Oilers dump it in. Hill slows it behind and then pressured. And Knights do settle it. Hanifin with Pearson to get it to center with some speed. Olofsson back to Hanifin, right circle toward the goal. Backhand shot save. No rebound. And then Olofsson got bumped by Mark. Well, that I would describe, Gary, as an attack mindset from Noah Hanifin. And it's something that Bruce Cassidy talked about on the pregame show with respect to how Riley Smith scored his first of 2 goals when he split Podkolzin and Arvidsson and put the backhander through the legs of Stuart Skinner in Game 3. There's an attack mindset from Noah Hanifin. I think the Knights coaches were on the bench. They'd say more of that. We'll step aside. 2-0 Edmonton in Game 4. Oilers lead the game 2-0. They lead the series 2-1. 13:47 to go in the second. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The biggest names in the game.
Quickly in. Here's Giroux going to the net. Shoots one. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. I guess.
T-Mobile has the best 5G coverage in the game, whether you're home or out and about, so you can check out the latest scores in the checkout line. Watch replays on the playground. Or celebrate the game-winning hat trick from the passenger seat. If you're a Golden Knights fan who wants to stay connected to all the action home or away, get the best 5G coverage in the game only at T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
When I brought the Golden Knights to Vegas, I wanted to create something unique for Nevada. High Ground Vodka is made from estate-grown rye and Sierra Nevada snowmelt for a smooth finish. If you're 21 or over, High Ground is an exceptional Nevada vodka and proud partner of our hard-working hockey team. I hope you give High Ground Estate Vodka a taste.
Distilled and bottled by High Ground Vodka, Minden, Nevada. Please drink responsibly.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawler.
We're back. Oilers come into the offensive zone, and a right wing shot is snatched up by Hill to his left. And the Oilers will have an offensive zone draw. 2-0 Edmonton. All the offense and all the penalties in the first period. 22 combined penalty minutes in the first. No penalty minutes here in the second. Couple of goals for Adam Henrique. 4 total power plays. Vegas 0 for 3. Edmonton 0 for 1. All of those were in the first period, including a fight between Nicholas Hague and Trent Frederick, who we have not seen on the ice since the fight.
On the bench, but has not taken a shift.
Face-off on the right, and a win for the Oilers, and a drive is blocked. It ends up on the near side. Push to center. Carlson with Barbashev. Ivan gets a takeaway on the right, trying to whip it toward the slot, broken up. Barbashev got it back into the slot, but nobody home. Carlson had come over his way to help, and ultimately the Oilers clear. Angelo up to Barbashev on the right with Smith. Barbashev delays, slides it to the circle. Hanifin tucks it in front, tipped on by an Oiler, and Skinner made the save. Nearly an own goal for Edmonton.
The best chance Vegas has had all game.
Yeah.
Came from an Oilers stick.
Yeah.
That's not a compliment.
No. Once again, Noah Hanifin as we described moments ago, with an attack mindset. Hanifin with points in the last couple of games, both assists. Knights get it in. Stone, 1 against 3. Line change underway. Line change brought to you by William Hill. Oilers break out. Here's Kane on the left. He shoots. He scores! Evander Kane with his second point. 3-0 Edmonton with 12:22 to go in the second. The Knights got their top line on. Tried to go to work in the offensive zone. They could not keep it deep in the offensive zone. The third line for the Oilers strikes again. Kane comes up with the goal. His second of the series and fourth of the playoffs. 3-0 Edmonton in Game 4.
Well, that can't go in for one, and it's Edmonton getting their shots on net. Vegas not really generating much at all right now. And
you said it, Gary. That can't go in.
No.
McNabb is in a position. He goes belly down to make it a harder shot for Kane.
Yeah.
Hill is facing Kane. That should not go in. Simple as that. Oilers have a 3-0 lead.
So now you're into miracle territory.
Yep. Of course, the Knights overcame a 2-goal deficit last game and ended up winning the game 4-3. They trailed by 2 and then trailed by 1. Not trailed. They took a 1-goal lead. Oilers tied it 3-3. So it's 3-0 Edmonton. They have not yet played half the game, so there's, of course, lots of time to play. But the concern is not so much the 3-0, is that they're not really testing Stuart Skinner.
Nope.
Puck is out of play in the neutral zone. Oilers will have an offensive zone draw. It's the thing, the Knights lose Game 2 against Edmonton. It ends up in overtime. And as much as you hate to go down 2-0, there was some energy and some optimism simply because of the way the team played. Bruce Cassidy thought that they were the better team. And sometimes you just lose in overtime. That happens in the playoffs. Here today, the Knights have generated very little. There's not much to be encouraged by. Ozone draw for the Oilers. They win it. Centering pass rattles around off some sticks. Sent across the crease by Nugent Hopkins, but nobody home. Puck tipped out to center. Olofsson with Howden. And now it's Hanifin to play it forward into the skates of the intended target, Howden. It ends up down in the trapezoid. Howden has 3 goals in the playoffs. Now a centering pass. That's shot wide by Olofsson, set up by Pearson. Howden with 3 goals in the playoffs. All were in the first round, including an overtime winner. That has not managed to mark the score sheet yet in this series. One of a few players about whom you can say that. Barbashev to Smith. He shoots left wing. Skinner the save. Oilers take the rebound. Riley Smith, of course, with a pair of goals in Game 3. His first points of this series. McNabb, a stretch pass. Connects on the far side, but Smith couldn't hold possession for long. Bouchard run him off. Now Carlson gets it back for Smith. Skating away from the goal. Flings it toward the slot. It deflects away. Oilers come back to center. Right to left Draisaitl. That is narrowly onside. Draisaitl drifting right. Podkolzin in right goal line. Sends it back out high. It gets through Klingberg and goes all the way back to the Oilers zone. Kane from McDavid and Bouchard at 7:38. And McDavid has extended his scoring streak to 8 games. The longest active streak in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Oilers set up the attack on the far side. Stone blocks the right point shot, but it goes to the left point. Nurse shoots, glove save Hill, reaching down to his left, and he holds out. 10-11 to go in the second. 3-0 Oilers. 2 in the first and now 1 in the second.
Shots are, at this juncture, 22-11 in favor of Edmonton. And Vegas maybe 2 or 3 high-danger chances in the game. They haven't made it very hard on Stuart Skinner.
Skinner without a victory. He's given up, including no goals today. 15 goals allowed in 3 starts. From the draw, another shot from out high. Nurse into the glove of Hill. The Skinner's given up 15 goals in 3 games. The guy who won 6 in a row until getting injured late in Game 2, Calvin Pickard, He gave up 19 goals over the course of those 6 wins. Obviously, the numbers tell the whole story there. Pietrangelo clears it out for Stone, who flutters it forward, but it goes right to Nurse at his own blue line. Nurse trying to bank it ahead. And there's Trent Frederick. This is now his second shift this period since missed most of the first following the fight. He had 2 shifts prior to the fight and didn't play in the first period afterwards, with Nicholas Hague, Trent Frederick dropping the gloves. Past the halfway mark of the second period, 3-0 Edmonton in Game 4. Nurse sends it deep on the left side. Hard around the rim. Dorofeev there. Flips it forward to no one in particular. Edmonton in position to take it back. Now a penalty against Dorofeev. Unnecessarily reached in on Klingberg, and the Oilers will be getting a power play. Now Pavel Dorofeev scored a goal in that first game of the postseason, and no goal since. He just hasn't been effective in a couple of games since coming back, and here he takes totally unforced penalty.
Well, he's not alone in guys that are cold, and it's too many right now.
Vegas, number 16, Truman minor, tripping.
Oilers with a 3-0 lead, trying to build on it with a power play. They're 0 for 1 in the game. Playoffs, they're 6 for 20, which is an excellent percentage. There's not a lot of chances. We'll be right back. 9:13 to go in the second. Oilers by 3. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Oof, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000.
Hey, what's with the dollar amounts?
That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes, that one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Official partner of the Vegas Golden Knights. Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Proud partners of the Vegas Golden Knights.
The greatest honor of being the defender of the ice for the Golden Knights is the opportunity to serve as a defender in the community.
By joining forces with comprehensive cancer centers in the crusade against cancer, we can defend the health of so many in our community through cancer awareness, early detection, advanced treatments, and groundbreaking research. Together, we'll fight on all fronts for a future without cancer.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Oilers on the power play, trying to build on their 3-0 lead. 9 minutes to play, second period of Game 4. Edmonton sets up now on the right side after winning the draw on the left. From the right circle, drive by Draisaitl got muffed and blocked. Picked up by Pietrangelo, lifts it in the air. That option skids to the Oilers zone. Smith in pursuit, but Bouchard will get there first. So Smith turns to the bench, and the Knights make a change. On come Eichel and Stone. Up comes Bouchard to the Vegas line. Slides it right, Draisaitl. Breaks. Engaged by McNabb. Creates a takeaway for Stone. Coming ahead with Eichel. Stone delays. Up to the red. Sends it ahead. Eichel back for Stone in the slot. Nowhere to shoot. Stone weaving to the outside. Rips it back right. Pietrangelo shoots over the goal. Over the shoulder of Skinner. Edmonton eventually settles it down. Through center they come. Stone slowed it. Couldn't steal it. Now a shot. Save. Hill to his left. Sucks it in on McDavid's wicked left wing wrist shot.
Well, that's kind of the first thing that's gone well for the Golden Knights this period, or not this game, but this period. Mark Stone does a great job killing off the first minute of this power play for the Oilers.
Stone slowed the entry there, but he couldn't get control of the puck. And McDavid, even if he's at high velocity, can somehow settle the puck and then get the shot away, which is what happened there. Minutes go on the power play. Draisaitl against Howden, right circle. Howden wins it. Haig clears it off the far boards between the benches, right toward Louis DeBrusk. Edmonton sends it in. Cut off on the near side by Whitecloud. He clears it out. Bouchard will go back to his own zone to retrieve.
Vegas has won a couple of draws in a row, and that's another thing Edmonton has been very good at today, is in the face-off circle.
Oilers take it on the right. Perry to the outside, and Draisaitl stripped away by Watt. Waits and then plays it through Bouchard along the far boards all the way down.
25 seconds left on the penalty kill.
And the draws were for the Knights in the first period, 9-6. But now for the game, the Oilers are 18-14. The whistle. Is that a high touch there?
I guess so. It's coming out of the defensive zone, and 9 seconds left.
Making 18-15 that last win that Howden won. So face-off number 34 of the game. Carlson to take it against Henrique. And Henrique wins it for Edmonton to Nurse. Penalty down to 5 seconds. Dorofeev standing in the box. Pietrangelo after it, far corner. Couldn't play the puck. Penalty over. Dorofeev joins the play. A shot got blockered away by Hill with traffic in front of him. Theodore played it out. Dorofeev left. In goes Riley Smith. Tried to back his way to the circle. Passes to the corner for Carlson. Back to Smith at the left wall. Oders down the boards. He got knocked over on the side wall. It ends up behind the net. Taken by Vegas there. Low to high for Dorofeev. Theodore shoots it wide right. Taken off the wall by Hyman. Hacks it out to center. Theodore back at his own blue. Plays it for the Knights. Shuffling toward the near side. And now turns left. Zips it up to the line. Dorofeev left for Eichel. Turns in the corner. Knocked over by Frederick. Eichel gets back up. Left wall for Dorofeev. To Eichel again in the corner. Frederick bumping him a couple of times. Eichel checked tightly. Plays it up top for Haig. He shoots. Knocked out in midair by Dorofeev. It goes wide right. Trying to redirect it on goal, but it didn't work. Now it's Stone after a loose puck bouncing in the middle. Couldn't get a shot away. Up for Haig. He shoots. Intercepted in the slot. It's a stretch pass the other way. Breakaway speed. Backhand shot wide left from Hyman. Now a rebound shot. Deflects up and out of play. Well, good work by Whitecloud to try to catch up. In other words, Hyman had to stay at high velocity. He could not slow down. Crossed to his backhand and missed the goal wide left.
Yeah, Hill didn't give him anything to shoot at. He hung right in there with him and kept the middle of the net tight and then moved over just as he had to. Good job by Aiden there.
He lost the stick. I wonder if he got it. I think I said got him in the blocker. It might have gotten him in the shaft of the stick. Whether it was the shaft of the stick or the blocker, either way.
Yeah.
That attempt went wide left from Hyman. Knights, after the D-zone draw, get it out. 3-0 Oilers with 6 minutes to go in the second period. Edmonton got 2 in the first, another one here in the second. Henrique with the first couple, and then Evander Kane with the third goal. 2 points today for Evander Kane. Pietrangelo shoots right point. That got blocked, didn't get all the way through. Knights had 5 shots in the first. They've got 6 so far in the second. Game total of 11. Drive from out high got blocked. Came back to Hurdle. He could not do much with the puck. It's sent the other way by the Oilers. Blockered away by Hill on the dump in by Janmark. Knights going the other way. Hurdle closed up, but he guides it in. Hurdle to Olofsson. Olofsson jabbed it behind, but could not get after the puck. Edmonton once again takes control quickly in its own end. Now with speed through center, Kapanen a head fake, breaks through, goes behind the goal, loses the puck. Theodore there with McNabb to take it for the Knights. But then Olofsson spun around, he got tied up. Oilers going to take away. On the far side, Theodore reaches in on Podkolzin. Banks it up top. Now left for Nurse, back to the right. Podkolzin spun right into Theodore and lost the puck. Forward to Olofsson. And now through center, Tanner Pearson. Knocked off his stick at the Oilers line. Rattles around near the logo. Backhanded right towards Howden, but it was intercepted before it got to him. We got a whistle for a hand pass in the neutral zone.
Edmonton has been really good breaking the puck out of their own zone. Been crisp with that. And they're really good in the neutral zone right now, making it hard for Vegas to get anything going.
As I mentioned a moment ago, just 11 shots for the game. 5 in the first, 6 in the second. And a couple of those 11 shots were on the power play. They had 3 power plays, a total of, they said 2 shots. Yes, still 2 shots over the course of 3 power plays. So only 9 shots at even strength. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, it's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
UMC, your hometown hospital since 1931, is proud to partner with our hometown team, the world champion Vegas Golden Knights. As the team's exclusive hospital provider, we stand ringside, ready to keep our Golden Knights in top shape, just as we stand by our community with the highest level of care, which now includes 24/7 online care. It's UMC's commitment to excellence for everyone in our hometown. Sign up at umconline.com.
Calling all Vegas Golden Knights fans, hockey season is back, and the RTC Game Day Express is your hassle-free ride to victory. Catch a direct, fast ride to VGK home games at T-Mobile Arena from 6 convenient spots for just $4 round trip. No traffic stress. Leave the driving to us. Visit rtcsnv.com/Game Day Express for details. Follow us on social media at RTCSNV for a chance to win tickets to VGK home games.
Las Vegas. Vegas Auto Gallery unveils the largest and most luxurious showroom on the West Coast. Scaling a 55,000 square foot climate-controlled showroom, we showcase more than 250 of the best luxury and exotic brands. Lamborghini, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, you name it. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, Vegas Auto Gallery is your premier dealer. Visit us now, right off the 215, or go online at vegasautogallery.com.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Oilers coming in on the right side, and the shot attempt got blocked. We're down to 4:20 left in the second. Edmonton leads 3-0. On the near side, Karlsson played it to the line. Kulak held it momentarily. Fight for the puck continues. Pietrangelo managed to jab it by Hyman, but it goes as far as the Oilers line. 1 penalty here in this period. Dorofeev for tripping. Knights did kill it off. Oilers power play is 0 for 2. Penalty kills brought to you by Just Ingredients. Now in the O-zone, centering attempt by Karlsson, but nobody home. A steal. Smith steps. He shoots. Saved by Skinner. Bouchard was all over Smith. Now puck to the point. Was kept alive by Hanifin, but his feed toward the middle was intercepted, and it's sent back the other way by Connor McDavid. Pietrangelo sends it through center, and it's an icing whistle.
I went through two Golden Knights. Pietrangelo gets that puck and flings it up. First goes by Riley Smith, then by William Karlsson. Neither of them could get their stick on it. And the scoring chance at the other end, Riley gets free, and a really good job by Bouchard to prevent Riley from passing it to William Karlsson or for getting a good shot off.
Yeah, a stick check as he shot it.
Yep.
3:27 to go, second period. Oilers in the lead 3-0. Face-off left wing for Edmonton. It's Henrique against Karlsson. And it goes right to the goaltender, and Hill covers it up. That allows the Knights to change players. Pietrangelo thought about playing it, but figures, why would we do that? I want to go off the ice now. So Hill did cover it. New group of Knights to come on. Game 5 is the day after tomorrow at T-Mobile Arena. The only question is, will the series be tied 2-2, or will it be 3-1 Edmonton? Remember, they had trailed 2-0 in their series against the Kings and won 4 in a row. Knock them out in 6. Vegas losing 2. Now on the comeback trail with a win in Game 3. They'll need a big comeback today. Bring this series back to 2-2. Oilers guilty of icing. It is amazing, Gary, how it's the same teams. They have one player in, one player out. Sure, the Knights were without Mark Stone for a good chunk of last game, and how often have I called Troy Stetcher's name? Like, that's not a difference-making swap on the blue line. Kasperi Kapanen had a couple of big hits early, but, those players coming into the lineup, not a huge deal for the Oilers. Theodore steps into a drive after a faceoff. Puck goes up and out of play. It just goes to show why a 7-game series is necessary in the Stanley Cup playoffs, because in one game, one side can look really good and simply overmatched in the next. Remember, in the series 2 years ago, there were a couple of lopsided series. Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, no, just a really late change allowed here for Chris Knoblauch.
And they drop the puck. Oilers win the draw.
Hurdle with Stone and Eichel right now.
It's Eichel to block a forward pass by Klingberg, but then it deflects by Kapanen into the Knights zone. Knights defenders have it. Theodore ahead, looking for Hurdle, but it goes by him. Eichel in pursuit, try to pull it away from Klingberg. Hurdle there to help out. Jack is checked in the corner. Hurdle impeded in his path to the puck. Goes to the corner. Eichel looked to have gotten position, but then fell over. Wallman plays it across to Klingberg. Got the pass away as it got checked by Hurdle. Now Henry threw it in front. Off a stick, intended in the slot for Brown, but it went by him. Again, this is the lineup that's been creating all the offense. Henrique in front. Tried by Nurse, got blocked on its way to the net. Vegas going the other way. Here's McNabb up to the red, backhands it in. Down to 2:05 left in the second period. Oilers 3, Knights 0. On come Howden, Olofsson, and Watt. Oilers clear it out. Trickling puck near the Oilers bench. And it's taken back by Vegas. Cranked around by Zach Whitecloud. Now Kolasar forward, got through Waugh, who is defended by McDavid. And the Edmonton defenders take over. Here comes Darnell Nurse. Lugs it far side of center. Across the blue. Tracing the right circle. Lost it coming toward the net. Kolasar backhands it out of the zone. Oilers take it back on their half of the ice. Barbashev with pressure. Forced an errant breakout pass to Whitecloud, but then Vegas loses it. Going into the O-zone. McDavid took it away. Oilers go right to left. Bouchard working his way through. Slides it left, but Nugent Hopkins just missed it. Gets it out of the corner. Up top, Bouchard. Slap pass right. Dish in front. Intended for Hyman, but it rattles out to the left point. Bouchard keeps it alive. Picked up by Nugent Hopkins. Into the right circle. A shot. Save. Rebound for Kolasar. Picked up by the Knights. McDavid trying to draw a penalty. Whitecloud's hands were in the air, and McDavid, after Whitecloud's hands were in the air, tripped over Zach's stick, so the officials wouldn't go for it. Into the final minute of the period. It's brought to you by Credit One. 1 to go. 3-0 Oilers. Vegas sends it deep. Carlson in pursuit with Smith. They get a steal at the right point. Carlson down the right boards. Closed off quickly by Draisaitl. The referee, Wes McCauley, got in the way a couple of times. Edmonton gets the puck, and it's cleared out to center. Hanifin slows the rush. Oilers do get it. Hanifin reaches in on Draisaitl. And then help comes from Smith. Puck ends up deep in the Vegas zone. 14 seconds to go. Pietrangelo ahead for Carlson. Rink wide left, just misses the oncoming Barbashev. Taken in front of his bench by Hanifin. Backward to Pietrangelo. And that will do it for the second period in Game 4.
Well, a whole lot of nothing, really, for both sides in that period. And then Evander Kane strikes on, we've had another look at it. We think maybe when Braden McNabb went down to block that shot, it went off his skate. But 3-0 for Edmonton, nothing for Vegas right now.
The Oilers had a 2-0 lead after one. They extend the lead to 3-0 in the second period, limiting the Knights to 12 shots on goal, only 10 even-strength shots on goal. 3-0 Oilers at the end of 2 periods. Well, Gary, that makes things very difficult for the Golden Knights headed to the third period. Not only have they dug themselves a hole, they haven't really generated much of anything. They've been given 3 power plays, but they did little to nothing to create scoring opportunities. 2 shots on goal during those 3 power plays. They have killed 2 Oilers power plays. Penalty kills brought to you by Just Ingredients. The numbers when the Knights trail after 2 periods. Record of 1-3. The Oilers when leading after 2 periods. A record of 2-0. And as I mentioned earlier, in 7 of the 9 games between these clubs, the winning team did so by winning in come-from-behind fashion. And so it would stand to reason that if the Knights were to win today, there would be another comeback. Knights had trailed 2-0 in Game 4, took a 3-2 lead. Oilers tied at 3-3, but Vegas won it late 4-3. But obviously having trailed 2-0, it still counts as a come-from-behind victory. And all 4 victories in the series 2 years ago for Vegas were come-from-behind victories. So if they do it, it would then, of course, be 6 for 6 if they were to win today. That would mean all 6 of their victories against the Oilers would have been in come-from-behind fashion. Right now they're 5 for 5. Today, of course, would be 6 for 6.
Well, listen, in this situation, start with trying to win the period. And, if something crazy happens and you get back into the game, that's fantastic. But you have to start to build some confidence back into your game, because right now Edmonton is way better than Vegas so far in this game. And, we watched Carolina take a 5-2 win and a 3-1 series lead against Washington. If Vegas can't produce a miracle, they're going to be in the same situation with 20 minutes of regulation play to go. But it's really now you got to try and build some hope back into your game, one shift at a time.
Well, the Knights have limited the Oilers to 3 goals so far today. 3 goals last game, but gave up 5 in the overtime loss game 2, 4 in the regulation loss in game 1. In other words, the Knights, who have the 3rd best goals against average in the regular season at 2.61. Here in the playoffs, it's approaching 4, and that clearly is not going to cut it. Obviously, when you don't score any goals and you're not creating offense, that is just as big of an issue. But sometimes in the playoffs, you're going to have those 1-0 type games, and Vegas, frankly, hasn't had those this year. Most of these games have been higher scoring, at least compared to what we have seen typically over the years. Again, 4 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals. The Edmonton output. No empty netters, by the way. 4 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals. The total for Edmonton so far in the series. Vegas's offense, 2 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals, no goals so far in the series. Third period numbers, well, as we have repeated oftentimes, regular season, nobody was better in the third period than Vegas, plus 41. Plus 41 in the third period. Here in the playoffs, though, the Edmonton Oilers are the best third period team. Plus 10, 19-4, 9 against. They've nearly doubled the Knights' offense in the third period alone. Vegas has 10 in the third, Edmonton has 19. Again, the difference, Edmonton 19-9, Vegas 10-11. The third period goal differential so far in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Again, the Oilers lead at 3-0. We'll have Ryan Wallace come up with us in just a moment. The intermission report, let you know what has happened so far. Obviously, the other game today, the Hurricanes defeating the Capitals 5-2, take a 3-1 series lead there. A reminder that we will have the VGK Today podcast every morning through the postseason for unique angles on the Golden Knights playoff run. Gary and I will have a recap for tomorrow's edition, and rumor has it the day after that, you'll hear from Ashley Weiss and Darren Pang. Darren Pang was covering the series for TNT, but perhaps more importantly, is longtime friends with Bruce Cassidy. So Ashley and Darren know each other from their time in St. Louis. So that's what's coming up the next couple of days. The VGK Today podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts, of course. 3-0 Edmonton after 2 here at Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
The greatest honor of being the defender of the ice for the Golden Knights is the opportunity to serve as a defender in the community.
By joining forces with comprehensive cancer centers in the crusade against cancer, we can defend the health of so many in our community through cancer awareness, early detection, advanced treatments, and groundbreaking research. Together, we'll fight on all fronts for a future without cancer.
Will you be the next Vegas Golden Knights game day giveaway winner? One lucky customer will win a $1,500 shopping spree, home game tickets, and a hotel stay at Circa Resort and Casino every week. Spend $12 in-store or at the pump with your Terribles app to qualify. Plus, earn bonus entries with any Bud Light purchase throughout the season. Every day is game day, exclusively at Terribles. Visit Terribles.com for details.
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixings. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket and your first Daddy's margaritas on us. Celebrate 7 seasons of hashtag Vegas-born greatness with gourmet nachos, icy margaritas, in the spirit of the Knights. Nacho Daddy, never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
Las Vegas. Vegas Auto Gallery unveils the largest and most luxurious showroom on the West Coast. Scaling a 55,000 square foot climate-controlled showroom, we showcase more than 250 of the best luxury and exotic brands. Lamborghini, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, you name it. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, Vegas Auto Gallery is your premier dealer. Visit us now, right off the 215, or go online at vegasautogallery.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you... Date night. Bet the perfect parlay. Lounge poolside. Oh, shiatsu. Bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Now, here's Brian Wallace with the Intermission Report on the Golden Knights Radio Network.
The RTC's Game Day Express service is the best way to get to and from T-Mobile Arena at just $4 round trip from 6 convenient locations around the valley. For more information, visit rtcsnv.com today. It's the Intermission Report. Golden Knights trailed the Edmonton Oilers 3-0 after 2 periods play. Taking a look at the highlights in this game. We go back to the first period, and the Oilers open the scoring for the second game in a row off an early tally from Adam Henrique.
Knights winning the D-zone draw. It's Hurdle, Olofsson, and Dorothea. They lose the puck, and they score! Henrique from right out in front. Henrique was unchecked in the slot, and he rifles it by Hill from 15 feet away. Oilers strike first in Game 4. 1-0 Edmonton.
Adam Henrique from Connor Brown, 127 of that first period, made it 1-0 Edmonton. The Oilers added to their lead on Adam Henrique's second of the game.
Carry to the trapezoid, Henrique for Kane. Score! Look out, Hill is going all after Kane. Hill sprinted after him. There was lots of contact in front. Kolasar now dueling with Nurse. McNabb is going after Hyman.
Adam Henrique, his second of the first period from Zach Hyman and Evander Kane. 13:03 of the first period made it 2-0 Edmonton. We picked things up in the second period. The Oilers made it 3-0 early on, and Evander Kane's wrist shot from the circle.
Oilers break out. Here's Kane on the left. He shoots. He scores! Evander Kane with his second point. 3-0 Edmonton with 12:22 to go in the second.
Evander Kane from Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard, 7:38 of the second period, made it 3-0 Edmonton. That's where we stand after 2 periods of play. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Hurricanes, the only other game in the National Hockey League, defeat the Washington Capitals 5-2 to take a 3-1 series lead. Here, the Vegas Golden Knights trail the Edmonton Oilers 3-0 after 2 periods of play. We're back with more in a moment. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor, you're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Proud partners of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Hi, I'm attorney Adam Kuttner. I grew up playing hockey. To win in hockey, you have to be aggressive, you have to work hard, and you have to have a great team. And it's no different when I'm representing my clients in their personal injury cases. My team and I work hard to get you the maximum settlement as quickly as possible, because winning is everything.
If you've been injured in an accident, ask attorney Adam Kuttner, 702-382-0000. That's 382-0000.
Hey, Nevada! Tired of your liquor store having the personality of a stale saltine cracker? Lee's Discount Liquor is here to spice things up. We've been slinging the good stuff since 1981. Now, we're 23 stores strong with the biggest booze selection in the state. Wine for your aunt who loves to overshare, craft beer for your hipster cousin, and tequila for, well, you after dealing with them. And the best part? Our prices are so low, you'll think we're drunk on discount. Trust local. Shop local. Your community's choice. Lee's Discount Liquor.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rewards program that loves it when you date night, bet the perfect parlay, lounge poolside, oh, shiatsu, bottle service. Yeah, hit me. Shop till you drop. And then some. Earn and redeem on countless amazing experiences at MGM Resorts. This is MGM Rewards. Why be a guest when you can be a member? Visit MGMRewards.com for more. Earning and redemption limitations may apply to certain purchases in certain states.
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixings. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket and your first Daddy's Margaritas on us. Celebrate 7 seasons of hashtag Vegas-born greatness with gourmet nachos, icy margaritas, and the spirit of the Knights. Nacho Daddy, never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
We're about to start the third period, but first, here's Ryan Wallace with the intermission wrap-up on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The intermission report, the Golden Knights trail the Edmonton Oilers 3-0 after 2 periods of play in game number 4. Stats of the period, shots 10-7 in favor of Edmonton in that second period. Hits 24-19 Edmonton for the game. Vegas 0 for 3 on the power play. Edmonton 0 for 2 on the power play. Vegas charged with 10 giveaways, 0 takeaways, 12 block shots. Edmonton 8 giveaways, 5 takeaways, and 10 block shots. The stat line for me for the Golden Knights right now going into the third period, 12 shots through 40 minutes. Stuart Skinner has not been tested at all in this game. And for the Golden Knights, there have been issues, execution issues all night long. Haven't been able to break out of their own zone cleanly, haven't hit the neutral zone with numbers and speed, haven't really been able to establish a forecheck outside of Carlson and Smith regularly. And so it's harder and harder when you don't have zone time and you're not able to turn those pucks over to challenge the goaltender, but it has to be shot mentality. I thought there were a couple of moments for Noah Hannafin in that second period where he was driving offense and testing Stuart Skinner. But for the Golden Knights, they're going to have to do that here in the third period, or they will be down 3-1 and facing elimination on Wednesday. Third period action's coming up next. Dan and Gary, they've got the call. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. You're listening to the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
The greatest honor of being the defender of the ice for the Golden Knights is the opportunity to serve as a defender in the community. By joining forces with comprehensive cancer centers in the crusade against cancer, we can defend the health of so many in our community through cancer awareness, early detection, advanced treatments, and groundbreaking research. Together, we'll fight on all fronts for a future without cancer.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, knock me is the word. Call 702.
Farhan Naqvi with Naqvi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
Come to Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, California's #1 entertainment destination and the place for big wins. Every month, Yamava gives away luxury cars and exclusive prizes. Play at over 7,200 slots, the most in the West, and catch top-tier entertainment acts. Only at Yamava Resort and Casino, your California to Vegas connection. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey, Vegas! Green Valley Grocery just made saving even cooler. Download our app, register your mobile number, and get a free Gatorade on us. But wait, there's more. By signing up, you'll also be entered to win exclusive Vegas Golden Knights tickets and prizes. Whether it's snacks, drinks, or game day essentials, our app has it all. The Green Valley Grocery app, where convenience meets rewards. Download today, sign up, and start winning.
Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You gotta go Galindo.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. We're not just a real estate company, we're a lifestyle brokerage with over 20 years of experience. When you work with us, you get more than a realtor. You get an entire team dedicated to creating an experience you'll love. From start to finish, we make buying or selling your home smooth, fun, and completely stress-free.
You gotta go Galindo. 702-820-HOME.
GalindoGroupRealestate.com.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
High above ringside at Rogers Place in Edmonton. Headed to the third period. Oilers lead 3-0. Adam Henrique with a pair. Evander Kane with a couple of points, including the third Oilers goal. And the Knights have been limited to 12 shots, only 10 at even strength. Knights power play 0 for 3. 0 for 3. And the Oilers power play is 0 for 2. Inside the radio booth, I'm Dan Duva, alongside Golden Knights insider Gary Lawless. Gary is brought to us by Finley Honda of Henderson.
Win or lose, we'll fly home tomorrow. There will be a Game 5, and I'll drive home in my Honda Prologue from Finley Honda of Henderson and get to Game 5 in it as well.
Here we go in the third. Pietrangelo knocked over awkwardly and hobbling as he gets back to his skates. Puck comes near him and he just swats it behind his net as he limps toward the Vegas bench, and he goes down to a knee. He can't even get to his bench standing up.
I think that he blocked that shot. I think it got him right on the inside of the knee. And
they open the door for him. Mike Muir, the athletic trainer, has come over to tend to him. Knights ice the puck. And the draw will be back in the Vegas end. Pietrangelo over in obvious pain, but he is sitting on the bench. Oilers win the draw. Point shot, glove save. Hill holds on. The try from Bouchard, high on the left side. 25-year-old from Oakville, Ontario. First-round pick in 2018. And the most productive defenseman in these Stanley Cup playoffs, including a point today. 8 helpers and 4 goals. 12 points for Bouchard. The defenseman. That's more points than any Golden Knight has, forward or defenseman.
Yeah, Alex is really in pain, and he's trying to stand up and work his way through it.
He's not over at his haunches anymore. He's just stretching out his back and clearly in pain, though. Action resumes. Knights come in. Eichel for Howden, who stood up in a shot attempt, missed wide left. Wallman was in the way in the slot, so Howden could not get a shot on goal. Knights back at their own blue with Theodore. Right for Stone. Got it to Howden across the line. Back for Stone. Now McNabb closing in. Backs away. Had a wall of players in front of him, so didn't shoot. Now he does. Knocked away. Skinner turning to his left. I'm not sure if the puck ever did get to him. Theodore goes for the carom back in his own zone. Knights changing players. Stone looks left for Olofsson across the line. Knocked off Olofsson's stick. Yet it goes back to center. Hurdle is there. Backwards to Whitecloud in front of his bench. Banks it forward to Dorofeev. Enters the zone. Nurse defense. Dorofeev knocked over as he tried to make a centering pass. Oilers go the other way. Brown steps around Haig to send it toward the goal. It's whacked out in front by Kane, but nobody home. Rimmed around back to Kane on the right. Towards the goal with a shot with Hill down to his left. He makes the save. Kane with 1 goal and 1 assist today. Fired that one from the top of the right circle. And kind of caught a couple people off guard. Haig was in the way, but Hill was down to the butterfly to make the save. Well, you might think with Kane having played for 2 different division rivals, the Sharks and the Oilers, that he would have played the most regular season games against Vegas. But that's not true. The surprising answer is actually Adam Henrique.
Yeah.
33 regular season games against Vegas. Of course, a lot of that with the Anaheim Ducks. And remember, 1 year that they were in the same division, the COVID year. Here's a shot from out high by Nurse that's sticked away by Hill. It goes to the far boards. 2 minutes into the third, Oilers lead 3-0 in Game 4. From the left wall, a centering pass skips right through the slot. It ends up on the right boards. In those 33 regular season games, Henrique had 10 goals. Left point shot got tipped toward the net, but it goes wide right of Hill. Into the right circle, swing and a miss. Olofsson with the puck. Goes the other way with Dorofeev. End of his shift here. Dorofeev throws it on goal. He's checked in the back as he skated into the zone. Kane, the player who cross-checked Dorofeev from behind. Not a penalty, though. Perry comes ahead for the Oilers. He sends it in. Of course, Perry, a longtime Anaheim Duck. Wallman gets a shot away left point. The former Shark got deflected, went off of Hill and wide right to the corner. Theodore tracks it down behind his goal. Forward into the skates of Kolasar. Protects it through center for Watt. Across the blue. Looking back to the right. Tipped left. McNabb shot blocked. Comes to Theodore. Feeds right, but behind Tanner Pearson, who had turned the face towards center. Oilers clear the zone.
Well, you can tell the mantra in the Oilers dressing room after 40 was, let's play 60, because they have come out and done more of what they've done all game.
Barbashev enters on the right with Carlson, and now into the slot. Slides off the stick of Hannafin, but he gets it back on the left, put it behind for Carlson, tips it right, Smith. Up the boards on the far side he goes, cycles it back down low to Carlson, met by Bouchard, who plays it along towards Nugent Hopkins, and out of center come the Oilers. 3-on-2 developing. Shot left wing, stopped by Hill. Pietrangelo defending McDavid there. Vegas gets the puck. Carlson kicks it up to his stick, through the logo, back to the right for Smith. Into the right corner. Smith tried to one-hand it off to Carlson. Did so eventually. Pietrangelo right point, rink wide left Hannafin. He shoots. Save with the pads. Rebound off Carlson. Right. Pietrangelo's drive blocked by McDavid, who settles the puck. Plays it out. Hannafin to defend a one-on-one entry. Puck ends up into the corner. Henrique and Hannafin collide side of the goal. Carlson, reverse side kick with his skate to get it to a teammate as the Knights come ahead, but they are offside. Howden trying to hold the line, but could not.
Well, that's sequenced by the Carlson line, maybe the best of the game for the Golden Knights.
Not a lot of competition.
No, it has not been the game you expected from Vegas. And you always have to wonder how much of it is, what Edmonton is doing to them. Because the Oilers have been really good. Shots are now 29-14.
4-2 this period for Edmonton. Knights win the draw. McNabb dumps it in. We were scratching our heads when we saw Chris Knobloch's combination of forwards as the puck deflects out of play in the neutral zone. The only player to come out of the lineup among the forwards was Victor Arvidsson, who's done pretty well in this series. A couple of assists. But he goes out. Kasperi Kapanen comes in. And on the blue line, Troy Stetcher replacing Ty Emberson. Emberson wasn't playing much, and Stetcher has not played much tonight. Point is that the players in and out did not really surprise us. It was more a matter of the combination of players, and that seems to have created something for Edmonton. Here is Kapanen. He shoots right wing, saved by Hill. Kapanen has not scored a goal since January, claimed off of waivers from St. Louis early in the season. 6 goals in the regular campaign, 2 teams combined. Kapanen with Podkolzin and Draisaitl. Klingberg up top, back and forth with Draisaitl. Leon straight on. Out to the left. Wallman shoots. Pad saved by Hill. Down to his right. Vegas with the puck. Eichel charging through center up to the blue. Now slows as he enters. Left circle. He shoots. Saved by Skinner. No rebound. Down on the pads to his left. Brett Howden on the doorstep. And after the whistle, Stone a little bit of a shove on Klingberg. Linesmen step between them. After all those penalties in a fight in the first, really haven't seen much of that sort of style since then. Only 1 penalty since, when there was Dorothea for an unnecessary trip in the neutral zone.
Well, Edmonton did just enough, maybe to knock Vegas off its game and give themselves a bit of a physical edge in this one.
Right.
And then, once they got up, throttle back and keep it clean.
Yeah. Whitecloud throws it right. Skinner a save sliding to his left. Rebound shot tipped, and it goes wide. It hits the referee, so the Oilers now can clear it. Stetcher on top of the deflection after it hit Wes McCauley. Knights back in. Olofsson in the slot. Olofsson coming left, banks it near corner. Around it goes, clockwise for a pinching Whitecloud. Now it's Hurdle in the corner. Hurdle sets up Dorothea. Fans on a pass. Henrique reaches in on Dorothea, creates a loose puck for Kane. Olofsson tried to kick it down the wall. That didn't work. Now it goes off Olofsson. Skate to Whitecloud. Feeding right Dorothea. Backs away. Now left for Whitecloud. Olofsson shot blocked by Henrique. Trying to shoot it right down the slot. Left corner Hurdle. Bumped a couple of times by Henrique. Left side wall, Olofsson. Olofsson rink wide right, Whitecloud. The righty shoots. Skinner sucks it in. No Golden Knights around the crease and no rebound. Skinner makes the save.
Yeah, no traffic there in front of Skinner, and it's been easy for him so far.
He had lost 2 games against LA, replaced by Pickard, who won 6 straight. Pickard injured in game 2 of this series, though he did complete it. Skinner starting game 3, lost it. He has started today and is in position with 13:37 to go for his second career postseason shutout in 39 games. 3-0 Edmonton, 13:37 to go in the third. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. It's the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Still with it. Here's a one-timer and a score!
Sirius XM 91. Yes.
UMC, your hometown hospital since 1931, is proud to partner with our hometown team, the world champion Vegas Golden Knights. As the team's exclusive hospital provider, we stand ringside, ready to keep our Golden Knights in top shape, just as we stand by our community with the highest level of care, which now includes 24/7 online care. It's UMC's commitment to excellence for everyone in our hometown. Sign up at umconline.com.
Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You gotta go Galindo.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. Need to sell your home fast? I'll buy it cash, as is, where is, no repairs, no commissions, no hassle. I've purchased over 1,200 homes for cash right here in Las Vegas. Whether your home is damaged, destroyed, tenant occupied, stuck in probate, or in perfect condition, I've got you covered. We are cash, we are fast, we are reliable, we are local. We are the best.
You gotta go Galindo. 702-820-HOME.
GalindoGroupRealestate.com.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Smith's for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. And no matter what tasty choice you make, our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, you get over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump and points. At Smith's, you always get big flavors and big savings. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Action resumes in Edmonton. Oilers 3, Knights 0. 13:20 to play in the third period. Oilers get it in on the left. Drop back toward Frederick. Nowhere to shoot. He's run off by Waugh. Frederick protects it and sends it down the boards to the corner. Theodore cut it off. Oilers managed to rim it around successfully on the second effort. It's clockwise rim, but it's cut off by McNabb. And he reverses it to Theodore. Gets it out to center. Colasar with Watt. And it is lost. Miscommunication there by the Knights. No one sure who should play the puck. Theodore deep in his own zone, steers it around, but it goes right to McDavid. Left corner, Corey Perry. 2 goals last game. Behind the net, McNabb. To the near corner. Pearson got it to center nicely for Colasar. Hands it backward to Watt. Knights trying to change here. Watt goes 1 against 4 and loses the puck. New group coming on for the Knights. Line changes brought to you by William Hill, Smith, Barbashev, Carlson, plus the defensive Hannafin and Petrangelo. Nurse speeding out of his own zone. Lefty defenseman across the center red. Flicks it deep. Hill behind his net to the far corner. Nugent Hopkins sends it back around to the right. There's Hyman. Reverses the rim. Soft moving along the yellow kick plate. Left wall Nugent Hopkins. Back behind McDavid. Played it up the near boards. Right point Bouchard. High to low. McDavid off of Hannafin into the slot. Bouncing around. Carlson picks it up. Skates to center. Right wing Smith across the line. Smith through the right circle. Peels away. Fed the middle. Tracked down. Barbashev's try blocked by Bouchard. And it's out of the zone. Well, we remember how big Barbashev was for the Knights in the postseason a couple of years ago. And that includes the second round against the Oilers. This year he's not had the same level of production, nowhere close. Just 1 goal and 1 assist. The 1 goal was an overtime winner. Knights coming ahead. Howden takes it across the line. He is roughed up by Wallman. Howden gives Wallman a hard shove back. Oilers take it deep in their own zone. Rim around, tipped out by Podkolzin.
Ivan Barbashev hasn't really been the same since he took that slew flight from Marcus Foligno early in the midway through the season. January, right?
That was December. Yep. Missed 10 games. Knights have it out high with Theodore. Right for Stone, in the corner for Eichel on the far side. Eichel checked up against the boards and stripped to the puck. Edmonton get it out to the line. It deflects to Draisaitl, coming ahead with Kapanen and Podkolzin. Left wing a shot, glove save. Hill holds on. Yeah, it's a good point, Gary. Barbashev had that injury on December 15th. Missed those 10 games, but then when he returned, had just 5 points in 17 games from January 11th through February 24th. And he started to turn the tide. Had a great 4-point game against Chicago on February 28th. Started to feel more and more like himself, but for whatever reason, he's not had the level of production he might have hoped for here in the postseason. Again, that's especially in contrast to 2 years ago. Kane against Hurdle for the draw. Teammates in San Jose. Oilers win it. Point shot tipped in the slot. On goal, Hill makes the save. Went off Brown in front. Brown in the left corner. Crossing with Kane. Up top, Nurse shoots. Blocked in the middle. Gloved to an Oilers stick, and it's kept in the zone, but only for a moment before Haig takes it for the Knights and played it out to Victor Olofsson. Hurdle navigates away from Kane, floats it out to the right. Olofsson had it go by him. He sort of missed the puck. It's Nurse to take it back behind his own goal. Down to the final 10 minutes of the third period. Edmonton 3, Vegas 0. Knights limited to 5 shots in the first, 7 in the second. And now 6 here so far in the third, halfway through. Puck to the point, Whitecloud, rink wide left Haig. Backing off, sends it high to low, into the trapezoid. Hurdle. Centered, shot from Dorothea, missed wide right. Long side, out the back door, and off the corner glass all the way back down to Hill. Whitecloud takes it from Hill, looks left side of center. Tanner Pearson guides it in. Colasar in hot pursuit. 1 against 2. Fighting down in the corner with a couple of Oilers, but it squirts to the opposite side. Janmark, he's run off by Pearson. Colasar over to help, and he zips it wide of the goal. Taken off the boards by Corey Perry. for the Oilers. Sends it down. That will be an icing. 9:08 to go in the third. Oilers 3, Knights 0.
Kind of inexplicable how this game kind of pops out for the Golden Knights. They were very good in Game 2, lost in overtime. Good in Game 3 again and won. And then this is kind of a repeat performance of Game 1 in this series. And, sooner or later, the trend becomes, is Edmonton better? And that's why you play 7. Best of 7.
Knights win the draw. McNabb for Theodore. Out to the right, Eichel. He shoots off. Howden in front. Couldn't get the rebound shot. He was there. The puck was there. So was Skinner. But Howden was in too tight. And the Knights could not get a rebound shot. Puck out of the zone. Vegas quickly ahead. Theodore to Howden. Carving right to the boards. Back up top, McNabb. Flings it right corner. Stone takes it in the trapezoid. Tapped it left. Eichel, the righty, at the left wing. Up top, Theodore. Tried to redirect from Howden. Didn't get a hard redirect, and the Oilers managed to clear it. Back at center, it's Eichel. Knights are beginning to change. Eichel took it from McNabb. Has to turn deeper into his own zone at the end of a shift. Vegas coming ahead. Theodore at the red. Pitches it deep off an Oilers stick. Got a whistle. It's going to be a penalty, I believe.
No, I think it's high touch.
Well, yeah, I thought so too, but the way that Wes McCauley made the signal, yeah, I thought it was going to be a high touch too. Looks like that's all it'll be, because we do have a timeout. 8:16 to play in the third period. Oilers 3, Knights 0. We'll be right back. Presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
At Bank of Nevada, our local team of banking experts is here to help you score on your business goals. With our comprehensive range of tailored banking and financing solutions, we provide you with a winning strategy customized for your business. Bank of Nevada is here to support your business's growth and help drive your success. Discover a winning strategy by visiting bankofnevada.com. Bank of Nevada is a division of Western Alliance Bank, member FDIC.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, Knock the is the word. Call 702-INJURED.
For Han Nakvi with Nakvi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
Hello, I am Kerry Buboltz, President and CEO for your Vegas Golden Knights. I am a proud board member of the Nevada Donor Network Foundation. With over 600 Nevadans waiting for a life-saving organ transplant, we can all do our part to bring hope to those waiting. I am partnering with Nevada Donor Network to raise awareness about registering to be a hero. I am a registered organ, eye, and tissue donor and proud Nevadan. Are you? Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Back to more Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup playoff action with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
This is the 105th Golden Knights playoff game. They have been shut out 5 times in the first 104, and they have been limited to 0 goals here on 19 shots. Knights have the puck in their own zone. They get it out. Hanifin to Riley Smith. Shoves it toward the middle and Carlson. Carlson tapped it off to Hanifin. Now right wing. Barbashev gains the line. Threw it in front. Broken up, intended for Smith. Bouchard in the way. Oilers managed to clear. And the Oilers certainly do lean on their top players in terms of minutes. Bouchard is averaging 26-36 in the playoffs. Seems like he's always out there. On comes Dorofeev trying to help out Carlson. Carlson got the puck back, but then gave it right away to the Oilers. Bouchard rips it out off a stick in the neutral zone. Whitecloud defending Kane. Puck deflected into the air. Henrique settles it down, feeds left. Nurse's drive off the mark. Hits the boards. Haig drags it through the trapezoid to the near corner. Knights defenseman managed to get it out. Olofsson to the right for Whitecloud in front of his bench. Forward to Dorofeev, who tips it in. Hurdle going after it. Hurdle, who is part of the big come-from-behind playoff win back in 2019. On the winning side for the Sharks, 4 goals in the third period to take a lead on the Golden Knights, who had been up by a few at that stage. Knights tied it, lost it overtime. Vegas sends it in, but Pearson's deflection goes into the corner netting, out of play. 6:38 to go. Oilers leading 3-0. You just never know when there might be a crazy turn in a hockey game.
No, for sure.
As long as there's time on the clock.
Yep, we learned that the other night, and there have been miracles.
Talk about the Knights' games in the playoffs without a goal. They had been shut out a couple of times in 2021 by Minnesota, Cam Talbot. Once by Vancouver in 2020, Dallas in 2020, and then in 2018, the San Jose Sharks. Those are the 5 shutout losses for the Knights in their postseason history. 104 games today, 105. Oilers get the neutral zone draw. It's pushed in right down the slot, but puck goes wide right, and now Perry from the right threw it out to the point. The shot attempt is off the mark. Vegas clears the zone. Watt toward Kolasar. Egan tracks it down deep on the left wing side, trying to come back up the wall. Got it to McNabb. Feeds the left corner. Watt challenged quickly by Klingberg. Kolasar hits Klingberg, but the puck was gone. Edmonton coming to center. Perry looks left. Theodore coming back. Takes it away from Frederick. Theodore falls over, but from a seated position, manages to keep the puck away from Frederick, then gets back up and clears the zone. Howden tied up, trying to get by Stetcher. Howden goes down. Both players trying to dance around the other like a minuet there. As Kapanen comes in. He gets a shot away that deflects up and into the netting. Out of play. 5:43 to go. 3-0 Oilers.
Brett Howden and Stetcher really kind of quite a battle. Reverse check by Stetcher at the very end, and then a little slash from Brett on Troy.
Stetcher played in 66 regular season games, but he has not appeared in the playoffs until today. 22nd career playoff game for Troy Stetcher, who had been with the Vancouver Canucks in the playoffs, among other teams, before getting to Edmonton. We'll be right back, presented by Lee's Discount Liquor. This is the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network.
Hey Vegas, hungry for game day? Nacho Daddy, proud sponsor of your Vegas Golden Knights, has you covered with winning specials. Suit up for the return of the Golden Knight Nachos, stacked with marinated filet mignon, gooey cheese, and all the fixings. And here's the power play. Show us your game day ticket and your first Daddy's margaritas on us. Celebrate 7 seasons of hashtag Vegas-born greatness with gourmet nachos, icy margaritas, and the spirit of the Knights. Nacho Daddy, never a dry chip, always a great time. Visit us after the game and unite the realm. Must be 21 or older for margaritas. Please drink responsibly.
Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com. Commercial or home, we can do what you need. Helping build this community, big or small, there's nothing we can do. We're the most preferred roofer and we're here for you. Reliable service and a brand you can trust. Visit OneShopRoofShop.com.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy added perks like exclusive rewards at Monarch Beach Golf Links and Palms Casino Resort, Las Vegas. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the Tier and Offer Match program at Yamava Resort and Casino. Voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. Details at Yamava.com. Restrictions apply. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Back to the game with the Vegas Golden Knights on the Vegas Golden Knights Radio Network with Dan Duva and Gary Lawless.
Adam Henrique got 2 in the first. Evander Kane got 1 in the second. It's 3-0 Edmonton with 5:40 to play in the third period of Game 4. Oilers trying to bounce back after the dramatic loss in Game 3. They had tied the game late, but Vegas got a goal in the final second. Kulak with a drive, wide, a rebound chance. Fought off side of the net. Good defense there by Noah Hannafin. Gary, I'd have to say Hannafin has been one of the more noteworthy Golden Knights today. Riley Smith as well. Riley tried to slide it out, but it just missed Pietrangelo. Riley smacks his stick on the ice, and we'll head off for a change. Kulak drags it behind his net. Begins the breakout, met by Stone, but Kulak got the pass away. Theodore stole it. Backhands it right in on goal from his own blue line. Skinner left it in play for Bouchard. Far corner, sends it through neutral ice and down. It is an icing against the Oilers. 4:46 to go. 3-0 Edmonton.
No one really notable, but sure, Noah hasn't been bad or anything like that. And it's actually, to me, it's really, I can't figure out, like, there's been so many missed passes. The puck has gone through so many sticks, like bad pass reception. They haven't won battles. It's been a difficult performance for the Golden Knights.
Knights are up to 8 shots this period. Right wing shot saved by Skinner. Shrugs it off. Got big to his left, stopping Dorofeev. Fired up near Skinner's shoulder. Puck goes behind. With Stone left wall. Eichel taps it up top. Theodore straight on. Back to the left. Eichel. He shoots. Blocked by Bouchard. Eichel picks it up. Returns it out high. Theodore faces the net. Passes left. Eichel. Double team. Seam pass gets through. There's Dorofeev down to the goal line. Backdoor deflected. It came towards Stone, but the deflection prevented him from a clean reception. He passes out high for Theodore. Back down low, Eichel. His pass went off Stone and behind the goal. Right wall, Dorofeev. It's a 6-on-5 here with 4 minutes to go. Hill on the bench for a 6th attacker. Eichel up top for Theodore. Towards the goal line, Stone looks back up top. His pass to Theodore got tipped by Kapanen. It's out to center. Theodore takes it back at his own blue. Forward toward Eichel. He couldn't get it into the zone. Draisaitl forced it the other way. Theodore in front of his empty goal. Back to our right. He skates ahead. Knights going right to left. Bank pass misses everybody. It's an icing. Not sure what Shea had in mind there, but he missed all of his teammates, and he had 5 options. It's an icing, and Hill's got to go back into his net with 3:33 to go. 3-0 Edmonton in Game 4. Oilers looking to take a 3-1 series lead. They had trailed the first round series 2-0 against the Kings. Won 4 in a row to close out that first round series. The Knights won Game 1 of their series against Minnesota. Then the Wild won 2 in a row. And Vegas won the last 3 straight. Edmonton wins the draw. Hill's got to stay in his net. It's banked around the boards by Brown. Out to the left point. They'll just play keep away as long as they can. Hand off in the trapezoid. Smith engages. So does Jack Eichel to try to get it back. Feed into the circle. Taken away by Dorofeev. Theodore taps it forward for Eichel. Through center. Enters on the right wing. Hill now rushes toward the bench. On the right, a shot blocked. Rebound. Smith side of the goal. Saves Skinner. Stuart Skinner using his size there at 6'4" to prevent any sort of an opening.
Eichel's been out there forever. It looks like he's gonna. Hurdle's gonna come off. Eichel isn't. Maybe Jack is gonna come off now. Yeah. He didn't want to come off.
It'll be a right circle draw. Hill on the bench, so 6-on-5. Vegas up to 22 shots. They had 12 through 2 periods total. Bouncing puck on the far boards. Hannafin kept it alive for Smith. The Game 3 hero for the Knights. Into the trapezoid it goes, and around the boards. Pietrangelo cut it off. Back around to the right, Olofsson. To the trapezoid, Karlsson. Back to Olofsson. Low to high, Hannafin. Olofsson again at the right half wall. Pressured by Nugent Hopkins. Hannafin fakes the shot. There's Olofsson, side of the goal. Karlsson trying to slam dunk, but it was knocked away. Kulak defending at the right goal line. Now behind. Played back up the boards by Watt. Pietrangelo back to Watt. Pressured on the near side by McDavid. Down to 2:22 to go in the third period. Smith fed the middle. Smith taps it out high. Out in front, a shot deflects through the crease. Well, if Watt's a lefty, he might have had a wide open net, but he's a righty, so the puck went to his left, but he couldn't get a shot on goal. Hannafin out high, tried to throw it right for Smith. Rattles away, and the Oilers clear it Pietrangelo back in his own blue. 2 minutes to go. 3-0 Oilers in Game 4. William Karlsson comes all the way back to join Pietrangelo. Alex coming up, approaching his own blue. Now drops it off to Dorofeev in his own zone. We'll buy some more time as Eichel has come on. Dorofeev dropped it off to him. Janmark, the lone forechecker. Eichel speeds ahead, coming out through center. Eichel up to the blue, floats it right. Takes it himself off the right boards, trying to rim it around, but it's cut off by Nurse. He clears the zone off the far boards. Hanifin rushing back. Kapanen knocks over Hanifin in pursuit of the puck. Kapanen gets it in the left corner. Barbashev goes over to play him. Minute 20 to go. Again, it's an empty net for the Knights. Vegas sends it out through center. It will not be an icing. Stetcher plays it in his own zone. Bank it off the far side wall. It trickles to the neutral zone. Couple of Knights in pursuit. It goes to Theodore. Up to center and Mark Stone across the blue. It got tipped. Theodore's got a delay. Throws it across to Hurdle. Tomas will come deeper into his own zone with a minute to play. Got it to Eichel near side of the neutral zone. Final minute brought to you by Credit One. 3-0 Oilers, but Vegas enters offside. The chant is "Let's go Oilers" at Rogers Place. Fans are on their feet looking to send their team to Vegas and a chance to clinch the series on the road.
They would love their team to go to Vegas and finish the series off on the road and have their next game be in the Western Conference Final.
Winnipeg and Dallas play Game 4 tomorrow. It's the only game tomorrow, 5 o'clock Pacific. The Stars have a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 is in Dallas. And then Game 5 will be Thursday, the 15th in Winnipeg. So, winner of that series, Dallas-Winnipeg, plays the winner of this series in the Western Conference Final. Again, this series started with a couple of Oilers victories in Vegas. Led the series 2-0. Knights with a victory here to make it 2-1. Road team 3-0. Oilers trying to get back in the win column here at home, where they had not lost until Game 3.
Vegas is going to be in a situation now where they're going to have to beat Edmonton 3 straight.
48.9 to go. Neutral zone draw. It'll be Hurdle, Barbashev, Stone, Theodore, Dorofeev, and Eichel. 6-on-5, empty net. Knights win the draw. Stone sends it deep on the right side. Eichel in pursuit. Oilers can't clear. Theodore shoots. Deflected high and wide left to the nearest circle. Eichel up top for Theodore. To Eichel. He fires. Save. Rebound Stone. He sweeps it in front. Swing and a miss on the right side by Dorofeev. Stripped away. Puck gets cleared off Theodore and onto the Oilers bench. But Theodore was in the O-zone when it hit him. The officials are talking. It looks... the first signal was O-zone draw. Now they're going to say neutral zone draw. I have to say that was my instinct as well. 24.7 on the clock. Nobody is left. 18,000 plus. Now a couple of folks eager to see if the traffic might have made their way toward the exits, but it's hard to find an empty seat anywhere here in Rogers Place. Oilers send it down. It's an icing with 18.3 to go. The Knights will have one more O-zone drop with an empty net. Try to at least break the goose egg.
Yeah, that's kind of the moral victory that they're fighting for right now.
Knights were shut out 5 times in the regular season. Edmonton wins the draw. The clear goes out to center off Theodore and deep into the Vegas zone. 10 seconds left. Theodore cranks it around for Jack Eichel. Back to Shea, deep in their own zone. 5 seconds. Banked up towards neutral ice and Dorofeev. The clock runs out on Game 4. Shutout victory for Stuart Skinner and the Edmonton Oilers. And they're 1 win away from clinching the second round against the Golden Knights. They have a 3-1 series lead. They got 2 in the first, both from Adam Henrique, the veteran, and then 1 from an old foe, Evander Kane. Players who had been on other Pacific Division teams have joined forces in Edmonton 3-0 the final score in Game 4. Oilers scored 3 times on 32 shots. Vegas held scoreless on 24 shots. By the time they got that shot clock up to a respectable number, the game had been pretty much over. Stuart Skinner with his first win of the postseason. He had been 0-3, replaced by Cal Pickard. He won 6 in a row, then got hurt in game number 2. Though he did finish it for the victory, Stuart Skinner wins his 20th playoff game in his 39th try. He had been 0-3 this year, but he is now 1-3, and it's his second career postseason shutout. Oilers win it 3-0 and take a 3-1 series lead in this best-of-7 second-round series. You know, if the Knights do force a Game 7, which would now be required for the Knights to win it, that Game 7 would be at T-Mobile Arena because the Knights were Pacific Division winners. They had 110 points in the regular season. The Oilers had 101. The Kings in between them. Kings, the first-round victim, dispatched by the Oilers. But the Knights will need 7 to knock out the Oilers this year. And by the way, they've never lost a second-round series. The closest they came was Vancouver in 2020. They won that series in 7 games. We shall see. Game 5, day after tomorrow in Las Vegas, 6:30 Pacific time, Wednesday, May 14th, for Game 5 of the series. And if the Knights win that one, we'd be back here on Friday, the 16th. But that game is not necessary at the moment. If Vegas wins, it would become necessary. But the Oilers will have a chance to close out the series day after tomorrow at T-Mobile Arena. Again, 6:30 start at the Fortress for Game 5.
That's the guys in technically the third line for the Oilers that do all the damage. Adam Henrique, who the Oilers brought in last year at the trade deadline, and has a pair, and Evander Kane with 1. And Stuart Skinner, if you woke up this morning, if you thought that one of the goalies was going to have a shutout tonight, you probably would have thought Aiden Hill. Stuart Skinner had yet to win a game, and you usually kind of think of baby steps, but he was, I wouldn't say it was fantastic. He stopped everything he was supposed to stop.
Yeah,
and
this
Vegas,
game was, I'm with you, Gary. Sorry to interrupt. I was going to say that this game was not really about the goalies, with the exception of what the Oilers did to try to frustrate Hill early on, but I don't think that the third goal for Kane, maybe it went off McDavid. Probably don't want to see that one go in. But point being that this was not a game where the goalie stole the show one way or the other. All credit to Skinner for earning
he did his job.
Yeah, absolutely. But this was very much the result of the Oilers reconfiguring their forward combinations, and the Knights just did not have an answer. The Knights generated very little. The shots are the shots. But as Paul Maurice said, after the Florida Panthers victory in Game 4 against Toronto, I never look at the shot clock. It tells me nothing. I watch my team play, and that tells me. So we can talk all about the shots. Whatever the number was, Vegas did not generate offensively the scoring chances. Another category, I suppose. Vegas was not very dangerous at all today. Now, they did have 3 power plays, so it wasn't just an even strength shortcoming. The power play had 2 shots over the course of 6 minutes.
First of all, I don't believe that Paul never looks at the shot clock. But it confirms what you're seeing, right? That we don't need the shot clock to be able to tell you that Vegas wasn't very dangerous. They didn't have a lot of great chances, and to me, it starts with fundamentals. They did not break the puck out well. They didn't pass the puck well. They never established their forecheck. All of the good things they did in Game 3, you can't check off any of those boxes in Game 4, and now you are on the brink of elimination. Every game you play for the rest of this series, whether it's 1 more game, 2 more games, or 3 more games, you lose and you're out, and the season is over. And one of the players said to me this morning, if we had lost Game 3 but played the way we did, it would have been okay. We wouldn't have, we would have been on the brink, but we would have been happy with the way we're playing, and we would have thought, we're getting to our game, and that would be more of the storyline for us. And, you believe what you want to believe, right? In the situations, or you believe what you have to believe in certain situations. Bruce Cassidy has said again and again and again, we got to get better every game. They didn't get better tonight. They took a step back.
Yeah, and I think that could be the first time where you could see that curve really take a downward spiral where, it's not always going to be a smooth incline, but what you saw from Game 1 to Game 2 to Game 3 to Game 4, 1 was not good, they lost. Game 2 was much better, they lost in overtime. Game 3 was even better, they found a way to win late. And then today was the least impressive. This is probably the worst game out of their 10 in the playoffs. I mean, they got shut out, so might be stating the obvious. But, again, aside from the output, they just couldn't create much at all. And it just goes to show, Gary, in the Stanley Cup playoffs, there's so much parity. These teams are so good when you play well and don't.
Here I stand by myself on my own. What if I lose all control and take a step out into the unknown? Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided.